What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the XP Podcast, episode 14, part 1. Switching it up this week, doing things different here. Let me explain a little bit about what we're doing. Since it's such a massive week in the video game industry, we wanted to split it up. This episode is going to just be Logan and myself's initial reactions, reviews, and discussions about the two biggest showcases coming out of Summer Game Fest, that being the Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase that happened last night and the Summer Game Fest Icon Showcase that happened Thursday. We're going to go in depth, in detail about everything that we saw and definitely talk about some of the things we didn't see. Give you a review and then just sit down and chit chat about some video games. If you're new to here and you're hearing us for the first time, please go over to our YouTube channels, go over to our Patreon channels, and check out the actual weekly episode where Logan, myself, and then sometimes a couple extra of our friends sit down and talk about all the news and everything happening inside and out of the video game world each and every week. You can get it on podcast services, including Apple, Spotify, Google, and whatever else you want out there. But you can also get it in on YouTube. With all that out of the way, Logan, what you been doing since the last time we talked, my dude?
Beat some games. I beat the Order 1886.
All right, we'll talk about all that tomorrow. We ain't got time.
Oh, sorry, you got me confused for a second there. No,
we got stuff to talk about. I was just asking about how you like. Do you feel good? Are you sick? You know, how was your weekend? I saw you.
Oh, sorry, I got a little mixed up there. No, yeah, no, it's been a really, really good week. I guess I'll be talking about what I already spoiled tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it's been a really, really exciting week, and I really can't wait to talk about some of these games because it's been a lot. And
yeah,
honestly, spoiler alert, I've been liking a lot of the stuff they've been showing off these last few days, pretty much. So,
yeah, the last few days. I was gonna say at the beginning of this, it was pretty rough, but we'll get into our opinions and everything and all that. So, with all those really long-winded introductions out of the way, let's just get right into it because it's gonna be a long discussion. Well, maybe a long discussion. I don't know. Who knows? It might be 20 minutes. But let's start with the most recent one. Xbox and Bethesda last night had their was it last night? Yeah. Last night had their first ever combined games showcase. So right off the bat, Logan, give me a very brief opinion, a summary of your opinions, and put a score on it, 1 through 5. 5 being amazing, 4 being great, 3 being okay to good, 2 being bad, and 1 being awful / waste of my time.
All right. To be short, I really liked it. Kind of sad not to see a little bit of things in it. You know, a few games. Other than that, I'm still gonna give it a 4. I think it was great. A lot of exciting things that were shown.
Yeah, I thought a little bit about today. I was training some clients, and I was not paying attention because I was trying to figure out what to give this because I'm of two minds. My own personal mind and like what I wanted from this and what I was hoping was going to be there. That side of me is pretty let down. So I'm sitting in like the 3.5 on my own personal sides, but in my own critical sides and my own understanding of how showcases work, what they did show, with the things that they did show, what it means for some of the Xbox fans, especially some of the later reveals, what it means to be an Xbox fan and what some of those games mean for you. I am also at a 4. I fell on a 4, leaning a little bit to a 3.5, but I couldn't give this thing a 3.5. It was paced well, other than about 30 minutes in the middle. It was pretty boring, but so I am also at a 4 out of 5 for the Xbox showcase. Well, how do you want to do this? Do you want to go in order, or do you want to just start with all of the things that we loved, talk about some of the things we didn't love, or how do you want to do this overall?
I think we can try to go in order, and then
Okay.
the bigger stuff.
We'll take some time on. Yeah.
Yeah, we could take some time on.
So before we go in order, I did want to say, since we're not doing it the other way, I did want to give kind of like my overall. Ooh, excuse me. That was a soda. My overall impressions of it, and the reason why I was personally let down, and the reason I was personally let down a little bit by it wasn't because of what they showed, it was because of what they didn't show. and all the things that we talked about beforehand a couple episodes ago, and all the hype we kind of gave ourselves maybe ruined it a little bit for me. Um, but we really only got, and this is my biggest negative, my biggest takeaway from it. We really only got one new Xbox Game Studios game, like one new announcement, and that was the Wulong game by Team Ninja, which looks fantastic. I love Team Ninja. I'm interested to know what kind of game. Is it more the Heavenly Sword, action story games, or is it more like the newer Neo games? Be interested to see which one it's like that. But that really was my biggest, like, not really negative, just like, oh man, like I wish we would have got, some information on Perfect Dark, some information on Avowed, which we've already seen before, which that one kind of took me by surprise. Now, yes, they did set it up early on. That lady came out and said, everything you're about to see, you'll get in the next 12 months. And that's really cool. And I was like, oh, it's sweet. But I probably would have preferred maybe taking 3 or 4 of those smaller games out and thrown in just some big time hitters. Like, all right, here is a trailer for Avowed. Here's a sneak peek at what we've been working on with Perfect Dark. And it kind of sucks to know that those games are not even close within, the next 12 months, which I really thought that Avowed would definitely be coming. Well, I guess maybe not. Fall
Yeah, because all they
2023.
have right now is just that cinematic trailer, so I don't think that's
Yeah,
coming.
I guess fair enough, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We talked about everything. We talked about Gears. We talked about um, everything they could show and everything that I wanted to see. And it says we only really got one announcement from Xbox, from like their game studios. They're behind the thing. Says that the 2 things that Bethesda showed, we already knew about. Obsidian, they showed some things we already knew about those things. And it really was just that Wulong trailer, which again looks super cool. So I'm actually pretty excited about that game. I like Team Ninja and everything they work on. But that was my biggest, like, man, like everything they showed was cool, but like I would have taken 2 or 3 bigger things in replace of some of the smaller things and just kind of like showed us like here's what's 2 years out, just get us a little hyped. What do you think?
Um, I am both. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish they showed some games like Fable.
Yeah, no
Fable was
Fable,
one of them.
that was a big
Fable was
letdown.
kind of a big. I think that's actually my biggest letdown because that was at least the one I had a lot of faith that was going to show up in this one, and they kind of got me good a couple times. Like after the Forza Motorsport thing, there was like a thing that happened where they kind of made it seem like they were about to showcase
Oh, Ark,
Fable.
yeah, the
Um,
fucking Vin
yeah,
Diesel on a T
and then
Rex.
that showed up, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was kind of hoping to see Fable. And then what else? Like, I mean, I guess also, I guess that one, what is it called? That one game we've been talking about. I don't even remember. That's how much. I mean, I don't really care anyways about it, but that one game that's having really bad trouble right now in
Oh,
development.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark, yeah.
Yeah, see, I
I
care a
mean,
lot
I
about
could
that.
care less about that game, but for the people that were probably caring about the game, yeah, it's kind of sucky that it didn't show up at all. But also, I don't really care about that game,
Yeah,
so it didn't really
yeah.
bother me that much. So that's why also I don't really did her again. I think the biggest disappointment is I didn't see Fable. I
I,
wanted to see Fable.
I
That
was
was at
just
least the one game I like was expecting to show up in some way or form.
I
But
was I was listening
I will.
to sorry, I was listening to a podcast on my drive back from St. Louis, and I have to double check the sources, but they were saying that they've heard rumblings that almost half of Playground Games have been taken off Fable to go work on something else, which would really really suck. I don't want that
Yeah.
to happen. But now that is just an unsubstantiated rumor. I have no clue. I have not looked check sources or backed that up in any regard. I just there was 2 dudes I was listening to my drive back from St. Louis that I heard that and I was like, oh, that's true. That sucks. It's essentially as bona fide as you and I saying something that like oh we've heard this. But still, if that is true, that's annoying.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna hope. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just gonna assume that why they didn't showcase all these is mainly just because they just wanted to show things that were going to come out within a year, which I gotta respect them on that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
came out. They showed things that they are at least 90% sure is going to show up, which makes me think Stalker 2 is definitely not coming out because they didn't even showcase it at all.
Oh, actually,
And yet
it
it
was
still has a
on
release date.
no, it was on that those like two little tiles they showed at the end of the showcase
Oh, they
when
did?
yeah,
Okay.
Stalker 2 was
Okay.
on early 2023.
Okay. I'm about to say, I'm like, that game, like, they didn't showcase anything else with it, which
So
I
I
guess
guess
they don't really need to, but
not
like,
an official delay per se, but I guess also kind of an official delay because like it's on the Xbox thing says early 2023. So I guess that's technically an official delay.
that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But but I guess it's still kind of unofficial because the development studio hasn't come out and said like no, this isn't happening. So I don't know what's going on there. Let's
That's
hope.
fair.
Well, I guess I do know what's going on. There's a fucking war happening, but I
Yeah.
I hope everyone's safe over there, and I hope they finish the game. But that's not the most important thing going on right now.
Yeah.
Them finishing that game. But all right, let's start at the top. Go through this. As always, we're gonna put a score 1 through 5 based off our hype levels. Also, some of these games we had predetermined hype levels, and then for me, especially, some of them kind of changed, kind of shifted around a little bit. So. The Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase kicked off with what should have been a bang, but for me, unfortunately fell a little flat, and that was the Redfall gameplay trailer. The first time we have finally seen gameplay from the new Arcane Studios game. Uh, I would say pretty hype, but it was only really hyped by me. I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it. You seem pretty just nonchalant about it, not really caring about it. I was very hyped about it, and I still want to play it. It's a game that I'm pretty sure you and I are gonna play through, but
Oh
there's
yeah.
there's certain questions that I have, and it's like if the game does this, then I'll be less excited, or if it does this, I'll be more excited. So I'm kind of like on this line that I don't know enough yet, but I did kind of leave this slightly less excited than when I first went into it when they showed it last year during E3. What do you think about this trailer?
Um, it looks really fun. I don't know, like, okay, so what I'm gonna assume, and okay, I haven't put a lot of research in this game because again, it wasn't a game I'm deeply following. But just from watching the gameplay trailer, it seems like what they're trying to do is basically like Borderlands, I guess,
It's like
and
yeah, it's like a borderline.
Destiny.
Well, not like this. It's not like that. It's more. What I hope this game is what I've heard is like a Borderlands open world co-op Left 4 Dead kind of hybrid game. And if that's true, if it's like a 20, 25 hour narrative that you and I can sit down and play through and then it's done, it's over with, it doesn't have any of that Destiny stuff, it doesn't have any of that end game grind. If this is just Borderlands Left 4 Dead like mishmash, I'm cool with that. I'm in, let's get it. But if it is that Destiny kind of stuff that, obviously you've heard and I've kind of heard rumblings, and I'm like, I don't want that. I want a tight narrative experience from Arcane. I don't want Arcane to make a Destiny game. I want Bungie to make a Destiny game.
Yeah, the only thing about it that, like, as soon as I seen it, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's what they're doing. Is as soon as they showed the screen with the tiered loot, that's what it started to make me think, oh boy,
Well, I
this
mean,
is gonna be one of those games because it
but
seems like every developer nowadays needs to make a Destiny-like game when not every game needs to make tiered loot games.
well, it's not
I
always
don't.
guaranteed though, because like Deathloop has tiered loot, and that's not a Destiny
Well,
clone.
that's fair, and it
And
is
yeah,
maybe I don't
and
know.
it's made by the same people. Well, different teams, but same production company.
But what I am kind of hoping is I do kind of like how Borderlands. I'm like, yeah, Borderlands still has end game stuff, which I'm guessing they'll probably still might have in this. Or is this just going down the Deathloop ring thing where you just get better gear, but it's still a cohesive game where you just you're playing through it.
That's
You're
what I
getting through a
hope.
storyline.
Yeah,
Because
that
actually, I kind of do hope that too. Because like literally, I actually have a little bit more hype for this game. I watched it, and it was like I didn't expect this to be the first one they were gonna show. Like right off the bat, I was like, oh, like I was literally there watching it live, and the timer went in, and then that was the first thing it showed. I'm like, oh crap! I was like, Redfall's first. I'm like, okay, let's get right into it. Why not? And yeah, I mean, it looks fun and it looks like something I would really enjoy. And yeah, it has that like Left 4 Dead s kind of thing to it, but it also what really threw me off was when they started to say open world. So then I'm like, okay, so it's not like Left 4 Dead. It's not like mission based where you do missions like and it's all randomly generated kind of thing. It's like an open world, but then you also can get like tiered loot kind of stuff. So I'm
Well,
like, is this like Borderlands?
well,
So I don't know.
we already knew it was open world from last year, but that may
I didn't
just
know
be like,
for. Well, I guess
but
that's
that
fair. I didn't
yeah,
really.
that just may be you not having very
Yeah, I didn't
big
really
interest
keep
in it.
up with. Yeah, no.
But
But I am more excited now,
I would
actually,
say,
for it.
yeah, if you would have asked me at this point 12 hours ago before the showcase, before I watched the showcase, what my excitement level was for Redfall, it would probably be at a 4 out of 5. Now after seeing this, it's somewhere in the 3 to 3.5, just because there are some questions, and even if it is a narrative, open world, it still just seemed like I've played a version of this before, and I guess I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't know. Arcane is very inventive with their games, and I was expecting it to be more different than just a Borderlands Left 4 Dead mashup, which is what it came off to me. It may be completely different than that once you start up the game, but from that trailer and from what we've seen, that's what it came off to me. So I'm gonna say 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3 out of 5 as well. Because I mean, I was lower beforehand, but I went up a little bit. I'm
Okay.
still nervous about it, but like, I have more excitement for it. I'm not hyped, but I am excited to see more of this game now. And I think it'd be really fun to play together. Since I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm hoping it
all
comes out
by the
in.
way, positive thing is every single thing that was showcased here was all coming to Game Pass day one, which was amazing. So there's a few games on there that I'm so excited that are going to come to day one Game Pass.
Oh, sorry. Currently yawning. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, we know Game Pass is the best value in gaming right now, so that's pretty cool. Although, spoiler alert.
Oh, I was about to say,
Yeah, I got it. Of course,
yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I got premium. I'll talk about it tomorrow.
No, no, no. I was about to say another thing. Spoiler alert. I know this has anything to do with this. You could buy the classic games.
Yeah,
That's it. You
I
did
know.
it. You did it. You beat Nintendo already. You have literally already.
You want to
Now
know
I
what's
am
funny?
excited because
You want to
now
know
I
what's
don't have to
funny?
buy this shitty premium tier. I could literally just buy the games that I want.
You
That
want to know what's
makes me
funny?
happy.
I knew
Yeah.
that like 2 weeks ago. I just wasn't telling you, little bitch ass, about it.
But it's also bad. I don't know if you've seen the performance of the classic games; they're kind of garbage.
On
So
no
I don't know if that's just
on
Japan.
on North America, they all run in NTSC at 60 frames. So
Oh, sweet, good.
it's
Well then, yeah.
just other retail. We'll talk about all this tomorrow because I have a whole section about it because I got a lot to
Okay.
say.
Yeah,
Spoiler
because I
alert.
have some things to say too, still that are negative. But yeah,
I don't have too many negatives other than it's not the
the
list that.
lack of classic games is for me.
Oh yeah, but I mean, they did say they were gonna
Where's all
add.
their first party? Where's God of War? Where's SOCOM? Where's like all the classic games for them? It's just like random weird games. Sorry, I know I'm getting off into
No, you're good.
things
You're
we can
good.
talk about
They
tomorrow,
they
but
have said that they're gonna add. Every 2 weeks they're gonna add stuff to it. So that's a pretty quick turnover. Anyway, next thing that
that's
they
good.
showed
Yeah.
finally, and this was actually a huge thing that I was waiting for, and then I got punched in the face with disappointment at the end of this trailer. But Hollow Knight Silk Song finally, after so long, was shown off to the public in a gameplay trailer. It looks like the sequel to Hollow Knight that we've all wanted. It looks great, and then boom, they don't even put a fucking year on it at the end. Which I know they said, everything's 12 months, and if that's true, put a damn date on it then, please. Let me know if I have to drop this game from my fantasy or not. But I thought this looked good. Looked like Hollow Knight. I played a little bit of the first Hollow Knight. It's a little too difficult for my old ass gamer brain anymore. But I think these games are super cool. Xbox does these 2D action Dark Souls games with Ori and with Hollow Knight. They do these games very well. So I was very excited to see this, but very, very let down. But they didn't give any sort of information on the date at all after being in limbo for so long with this game. That goes. It's your turn. Sorry.
Oh,
Whenever I
mean, I haven't
stop
played the
talking,
first one.
it's usually your turn.
I haven't really played the first one yet. so I'm not as hyped for as everyone else is probably. But yeah, I mean, it looks really, really good, just like the first game. So
But spoiler
yeah,
alert for no one who's wait for those of you out there who haven't heard our Let's Build a Backlog episode, he will by the end of this year play the first Hollow Knight.
yeah.
Good luck with that, because it's not easy. So what do you say
The
about hype
beat.
level? Sorry, what's up?
Oh no, 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 you're good.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you what your hype level was for Hollow Knight Silk Song.
3 out of 5.
Oh, cool. I am also at 3 out of 5. The lack of release information doesn't
Takes a
really
point off.
no, it doesn't really change my actual hype level for it. It's just a massive disappointment after so long. They don't even like most other things had some kind of date on it. Had a year, a time frame, a month. Well, most of it didn't have months. Most of it was just years and early or coming or whatever. But yeah, I have no clue why they did not put a date on this, and I was honestly very annoyed by it. Um,
That's fair.
yeah. Coming up next, a new game from the creator of Rick and Morty. This guy is an interesting human being, but High on Life was announced. Wow, I said that terribly. High on Life had a premiere trailer, was announced by Xbox, and it's coming to Game Pass day one when it comes out. No information on the release date here, but I mean, this looked like a Rick and Morty video game. Um, I have no clue how this guy does the exact same voice in everything, and every time I hear the voice, it sounds like the first time I'm hearing it. I don't know what this guy is. He's probably a wizard, honestly.
No.
Justin Moreland or Justin, whatever his name is, but his voice, so cool. And I also thought like the game itself was pretty cool. It's a first person shooter. The guns talk to you, and it seems like all the guns have different um oh my god, my brain fried this weekend.
No.
All the guns had like different personalities. There we go. Different personalities with them and different like ways of going about it. It looked cool. I thought it looked cool. It's a good Game
I
Pass
am.
game.
What?
It's a good Game Pass game. It's a good game just to try, just to see for like an hour.
I'm actually really excited for it.
Oh.
It looks really good. I love Rick and Morty, so I love the comedy that they do in that, and it's actually coming out in October 2022. By the way,
Did I
um,
forget to write it down?
yeah, they well, I don't know if they announced it officially in the trailer, but I went to the Xbox website, and it's October 25th, 2022. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. I mean, it's basically a comedy Doom.
Wait, did
That's
you
what it
say
reminds me of.
October
What?
25th? Oh, that's a rough date for that to come out on. What else comes out that day?
Yeah, 25th. Yeah,
Yeah, what else comes out the 25th?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, Call of Duty
No.
comes out 3 days later. Never mind. Yeah, on the 25th,
Yeah, yeah.
Gotham Knight, Gotham Knights comes out too. Never mind. I got those 2 days. But
Oh no,
still,
yeah.
it's 3 days from Call of Duty. It's still kind of a rough time frame, but
That's fair. But no,
Mi-
yeah. I mean, well, I don't know if it's like Doom, but it's kind of like that. It also the talking gun thing reminds me a little bit of Ratchet and Clank with the Zircon thing. Like I love it when like games do little crazy things like that. And obviously I love the comedy of Rick and Morty. So this looks really, really cool actually. I'm really excited. And I'm definitely gonna download it whenever it comes to Game Pass day one. I'm definitely gonna download it and probably beat the entire game. I'm very excited for this game
yeah,
actually.
I'm hoping it's like a pretty short game. It's like five,
Oh,
six
I'm
hours.
sure
Yeah, I don't
I
want
would
it to be
probably
too much.
say yeah, I would say 8 or 9, maybe 8, maybe
Hmm.
8. We'll say it.
So
Oh, you want me to give a rating?
we always give a rating
Oh no, I didn't know if you
as long
want
as
to go
it's a
first.
game. I'll go
I'm
first
gonna
then.
say 4 out of 5.
Okay, yeah, I'm at like 2.5, but so I figured you were a lot more. I thought, well, okay, let me hold up a second. Don't be a little fucking dickhead, Mike. I'll give it 3.5, whatever. It looks cool, it looks fun. I like Rick and Morty, and I don't love Rick and Morty, but yeah, fuck it. Did you say 4? You said
Yeah.
okay. I'm just writing things down. I don't actually know why
Yeah,
I'm
I'm really
writing things
excited for
down.
that.
We've never written things down before, but I don't know. I'm wanting to be. I'm gonna keep this for record. Next thing up, Xbox announced something that's really big in the grand scheme of video games in general. Doesn't mean anything to Logan and myself, but it's really big in the
Yeah,
grand scheme of video games. Riot Games announced their collaboration, and all of their games, or at least the biggest titles, are coming to Xbox Game Pass with almost full unlocked characters and content throughout the list. With the list includes League of Legends Wild Rift, Valorant, Legends of Runeterra, and Teamfight Tactics will all be free to play with unlocked agents, cards, and champions free to purchase when it comes to Game Pass later this year. This was, said, a huge get. Doesn't mean a single thing for you and I, but it is
yeah.
undoubtedly a huge get for Xbox Game Pass.
Did you see the even more disappointing part about that? It's not even for Xbox. It's literally all PC and mobile.
Well, yeah, but that'll get people onto it, Game Pass for PC.
I guess
I
so,
mean,
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I was kind of like, I kind of thought Valorant was actually going to come to Xbox for a second. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then it shows the next screen and it shows PC, mobile, PC, mobile, PC, mobile, PC. And I'm like,
yeah. Well, I
are
mean,
you serious? Like this is stupid.
for
But
people who
thanks.
for the people who play these types of games, this is really all they play. And they want to have all the characters unlocked immediately. $14.99 a month. Boom, there you go, done. And plus, you get all these. It's a good marketing. It's a good business strategy by Xbox. To boost the numbers on PC and to boost the numbers in general and get people into the door. And maybe these people who all they care about is Valorant and League of Legends, and that's all they care about. One day they're like, oh, I can play Halo without having to do anything except downloading it. That's cool. Oh, what's this Hollow Knight game? Let's check that out. What's
I just
this?
don't like this whole like I don't know, like if you're gonna make it called Xbox Game Pass, then put it on Xbox. Don't call it Xbox Game Pass and then not put it on Xbox. Like just call it Game Pass then, and then literally just don't even do anything with Xbox because literally that's where it's kind of annoying. Like I don't know, it's just frustrating because like if you didn't know, like there are probably people that probably watched this part didn't see that it was just PC, and they're like, "Where the hell's Valorant on Xbox? Where's all this?" Well, because it's called Xbox Game Pass, people are gonna assume it's coming to Xbox. I hate this stuff. Like, I hate that they do that for a lot of games. Like, even when they did that with Gears Tactics a long time ago, where literally Gears Tactics, a Gears of War game, only came out on PC for a very long time and then finally released after like over a year later on Xbox, I think it's stupid. I really think it's dumb. Like, don't even call it Xbox Game Pass. Just call it Game Pass or Microsoft Game Pass. There you go. Because don't call it Xbox if it's not even going to release on Xbox at all.
You want a hard pill to swallow?
What?
It is just called Game Pass on PC.
Then why did you to take off that stupid Xbox logo?
Yeah, it's just called Game Pass on PC.
That's so
I mean,
stupid.
you have to
Oh.
open up the Xbox app, but technically, like the names just have Game Pass on it.
Well, does it have the Xbox logo next to it though?
I don't know, dude. I'm not subscribed to that waste of fucking money.
Oh yeah.
No, I'll get subscribed
I
once
mean, at
again.
least I'm not paying a membership for my, classic games.
Hey, I'm paying less for those games than you are.
I mean, I don't even have to pay them for them because I can just buy them by itself and I have to pay a membership fee.
Yeah, but you still got to pay for them.
Yeah, exactly. And you still have to pay for them too.
Exactly.
But you're paying a monthly fee for them.
Which is cheap. Which is cheaper than buying them outright.
Not really. It's $2. Some of them.
Eh,
Some are only like $6 or $7. That's literally cheaper than paying a membership fee.
They were all like $9. What the fuck game are you looking at for
There
$2?
was a game for like $7 I seen on there not
Oh,
long, like when I was looking on there. I think it was Toy Story 2, which would be the only one I'd really want to play on there because all the rest of them are okay.
okay. First of all, some of the PS1 games I have are fucking bangers. You're not
I
a real
guess
Sony
so.
fan, dude. Okay,
Oh, okay.
you're telling me Ape Escape isn't a seminal game? in video game history.
No,
It is. Fuck off.
it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's not.
Ape Escape is huge. You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
God, I can't wait to
Okay,
play.
sorry for our
Uh,
bicker, but
let's no.
I
I
just
get
wanted to say that I just think it's dumb though. Just it is dumb. I just
I
don't like it.
what?
No, I'm just saying I just don't. It's like if PlayStation starts to do that with their thing, they call it whatever it's called, the PlayStation Plus extra, but they start selling it on PC as well. But then literally they start to come out with games like let's say they come out with God of War Tactics, something like that, and then you think it's going to come to PlayStation as well, but it doesn't. It just comes to PC. Like I just think if you're going to put the PlayStation name on there, at least release it for the PlayStation as well. I just think it's dumb. I don't like that they keep doing this. Like I'm happy that PC people are getting good stuff from Game Pass, but like if you're going to call it Xbox Game Pass, then bring the games to Xbox too. I don't know. It's just dumb. And I just think it just doesn't make much sense. And it also probably confuses people because there are people out there that probably don't understand that. And then they're going to, start to say like, oh, well, then Xbox Game Pass is lying. I mean, yeah, you have to look at the fine print sometimes. It's stupid.
I
You
honestly
shouldn't
think
have to do that.
if you're a League of Legends player and you're a Valorant player, you know what this is. I don't think those people are going to get confused, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So let's put a number on the Riot Games collaboration announcement. How excited are you, Mr. Logan?
1 out of 5.
Damn, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I'm gonna go like at least a 2.5 because I think it's big for Xbox. Like I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. But I guess, hey, personally, you don't give a shit. Got it. Next up, they came out with. Oh, excuse me. We go on a streak here of 2 games that I'm very excited about, and then we kind of go into a rut for the next about 30 minutes of things that I don't care about. But either way, next game they showed is that finally we see a Plague's Tale Requiem for the first time in a gameplay trailer coming out later this year, and everything about this game is exactly what I wanted to see. It looks great. Can't wait to play it. I mean, my hype level was I was very hyped about this game. Okay, let me draw it back in. I was hyped about this game. I wasn't like through the roof. Couldn't wait for it. But I played the first one earlier this year. As Logan knows, really enjoyed it. Never got a chance to review it on the show, but if we would, I would have given it a 7.5. I think it is a almost great game, but a very good game nonetheless. So I can't wait for this one. Seems more action packed. Well, not seems. It is more action packed. You can do more things. You have a crossbow. That's one more weapon than you had in the original game, which was none. So I'm excited about this. I can't wait to play it. I'm 4 out of 5 on this one.
3 out of 5.
Have you played the first one?
No.
Or are you going to play the first one?
Some point, yes. It is on Game Pass, so I've been tempted to download it and try it out.
Dude, this fucking document. Why does it keep going the
Dude, just let it do its thing.
It kept
Just
going to
let
the
it
miniature. Why?
do-
That was so irritating. Okay. Well, sorry I can't put yours in there. My apologies. It's 4 out of 5.
It's okay.
Next game, big game. For me, I guess. Maybe not for Logan. Well, I know definitely not for Logan.
2 out of 5.
Forza Motorsport was finally shown off, and it looks like
good.
Forza. I was really excited, and then they do the thing that, Xbox does this a lot with their showcases, and this showcase in particular was not at all as severe as some of the other ones that they've done, but they still did it where they talked a little too long, and I was like, oh, I'm excited about the game. Just show me the game. Tell me when it's coming out, and move on. You can put out other videos and everything like that, giving us all these details and everything. Don't waste.
I checked out.
Yeah, I checked out hardcore, and if I checked out and I'm excited, like I'm at a 4.5 out of 5 for this. I'm super excited for Forza Motorsport. I love Forza games. More importantly, I love the actual motorsport games more than the Horizon games because it gives me that track racing that I so enjoy and I so love to compete and just do everything like the long form races. And anyway, I'm very excited about it. But even I checked out. I was like, oh, cool. At one point, I died laughing. Yes, I know it's the pit. All right, we'll get to it. I just thought it was funny that I put that in there.
Yeah.
Um, at one point, I died laughing because I believe the line was, "There's 48% more like good-looking stuff." Okay, that's not the exact quote, but he said something that was 48% more, and I was like, "Well, yeah, that was not needed." I was like,
Yeah.
"That I don't care how many percent of pixels there are. It looks better. It should." I mean, the last motorsport game that came out was 5, 6 years ago. This game should look better. So but yes, I don't like when people talk too long about games. I like, show me a trailer, maybe talk for an extra minute, minute and a half afterwards, and then get the fuck off stage. Let me go on to the next thing. Anyway, I'm still at a 4.5 because it is Forza Motorsport and I love racing games. So, Logan, you said you had a 2 out of 5 because
Actually, let's take it at a 1.
bro, I thought you were gonna go
Okay,
up a
maybe
little bit.
maybe I shouldn't be mean. Okay, take it a 2. That's mean.
I mean,
I
for
probably will never play
Xbox,
it though,
for
but
Xbox,
it's
this is a
still
big
cool.
game.
I mean, yeah, like, cool.
All right, and then we move into what I consider to
1.
be the first lull of the showcase. Um, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh my god, Microsoft Flight Simulator 40th anniversary trailer. 40th anniversary trailer. Eventually, I'll fucking say this. Was shown off, releasing. Didn't they say like immediately? Pretty much. No, no, that was the next thing. Yeah. So this releases sometime this year, but releasing day and date with the showcase, the Halo themed DLC came out, and you can finally go to space. And from what I've seen on Reddit, from what I've heard on Reddit, people are really excited about going to space in a Warthog. Wait, that's not a Warthog. What is that? Pelican.
Pelican, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, what did you think about this from two people who have never played this game?
I mean, it's cool that you know what, 1.5 just because of the Pelican.
Dude, you're a fucking this annoying person to do this with. You know that?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'll do it. Oh my god, it's doing it again. Fuck it.
Dude, just go with it.
Um, but in all fairness, I really want to play this game. I just don't know if my PC could run this game at all. And I have a fairly powerful PC. Okay, well, I have a marginally powerful PC, but this game just seems like you need like three 3090s to run it properly.
Yeah, it's pretty it definitely takes a lot of power to run it,
You
to
know what?
be
I'm gonna
honest.
download this because it's only $1 to get Game Pass for a month, and then I can cancel it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna see how it runs one of these days. Maybe do a live stream to watch my computer blow up. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, 2 out of 5. I thought the Halo stuff looked good. The game looks cool. For those of people who like Microsoft Flight Simulator, this is a big one. They just got the Top Gear stuff, so this game is huge. The people who play this game love this game, and I'm sure they loved everything that they showed here. So good for them. For us, don't care. The next one is technically a very big deal. Again, I just don't care that much. Although there was one little bit of information that I might end up caring about. Overwatch 2 free to play trailer was shown off at Xbox Games Pass. Wait, what did I just say? At Xbox Bethesda Games
Games Pass.
Showcase. Um, there's been rumors and rumblings that this game was going free to play at launch for a while now. And we got a official announcement that it was. So cool for people who like Overwatch 2. This game's going to be massive, man. You know that, right? This game's going to be fucking just stupid everywhere.
I'm sure. I
What'd you
might
think?
try it out again.
I might,
Um,
yeah. Well, so the information that I found out was through a third party source. I was watching them react to this, and they said this is supposed to have single player content, which I thought was interesting that they're going free to play, but then making the game bigger than the original one was, you know?
it honestly needed to get to free play because like the first game was good, but it just well, I mean, as good as it could be, I guess. It was fun, but like I think it definitely did. I think where it was going all along was free to play because it does have a lot to do with buying cosmetics and stuff, and paying such a high price tag was basically keeping people from wanting to get it when you could just wait, and now it's gonna be free to play. The first game did actually have some single player stuff in it, but it was
Okay,
only during like
it was like terrible. It was
yeah, it
like
was okay. I tried the whatever it was like the it was like a prequel in a sense. It was like about Reaper before he became evil, and like you could play that, and it was like a whole story thing with it. It was pretty fun, I guess. It was kind of like a linear, basic little co-op thing you could do with a bunch of people, which I thought was still kind of cool. I do think it would be cool to see an actual campaign for Overwatch, but do I think they're going to do that? No, I don't think they are. They're probably going to do something like they did in the first game. It's going to be very basic missions against like robots and stuff. And then main part of the game is just going to be the multiplayer. So, but I mean, it could be fun. I think I might give it a try since it's coming out free to play, and hopefully it'll have the next gen enhancements and it'll run a lot better. So
yeah.
maybe I'll come back and try it out again. I haven't played it since like I was in college, and I was 2017, I think, when I played Overwatch One. So
You were 2017.
yeah, no, just it was in 2017.
Yeah,
So
the way you said I was 2017. I'm like,
I was
damn.
2017 years old at
I
that
wonder
time.
if it has crossplay because I'll pick this up on PS5.
Guarantee it.
And I
I
guess
could
so.
see
Yeah,
it.
that was a dumb question by me. Yeah, I'll pick it up
Well,
on
I don't know if that's
PlayStation.
a dumb question. It may. I don't. I'm not for sure. I'm
Um,
just guessing.
how big of a game it is, but I'm still gonna
That's
give this a
fair.
2 out of 5 for excitement level. I mean, it's not you and I's type of thing. It's more your thing than it is my thing. It's definitely not my thing, but it's like one of those games that it's Overwatch. It's, when it came out, it was the biggest thing ever, and the second one coming out is again going to be one of the biggest things of this year. Comes out October 4th though, so I might not play it too much because Forspoken comes out 6 days later. So,
That's fair. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5. So
all right, well, my stupid doc keeps doing it, so it's just gonna get a 2.5 out of 5. Up next, our History Untold was shown off. This leaked a couple days before, but it's still cool to see. It is essentially Civilizations. It's Xbox's Civilizations. That's what it is. Let's be honest.
I thought there was another game. Maybe I got confused on this game because there was another game. I don't know. I need to look this up. I thought there was another game called Life that's a lot like this game that's also coming to Xbox.
A life,
Yeah, well, it's maybe I'm
life,
getting confused here.
life, Xbox. I got nothing, brother.
Yeah, that is okay. I'll have to look it up, but
I got high on
I
life,
guess I
which is
got
what we already
confused
talked
with
about.
them too. Yeah, yeah, high on life. No, there's another. I'll have to look it up. It's in the other showcase we'll be talking about. I'm pretty sure. So
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say 2 out of 5. I like. Okay, no, I don't. I don't like the Civ games as much as I like other like city builders or like Planet Coaster or like those type of builders. I'm not huge into the historical strategy games because there's just too much shit for me to focus on and I can't do it.
oh, Humankind. That's what I was thinking
Oh,
of. So
Humankind's out
that's what
already.
this confused me of.
Yeah,
I
Humankind's
know,
out
but
already.
Humankind looks really good, and I know I kind of just spoiled something at the other thing, but it's coming to console, and yeah, I'm pretty excited for
Yeah,
that. So it hasn't come to console yet, or maybe it has just come out with console with the Fest thing. I don't know. I didn't look it up, but
no, we'll figure it out here in a couple hours. A couple hours, a little bit.
what?
Moving on next, Bethesda came out and teased all of us that they were going to announce something cool and then didn't. So go there you go. The Elder Scrolls
Two out of
Online,
five.
huh?
I was gonna say 2 out of 5.
The Elder Scrolls Online High Isles trailer was shown off and it's coming out very shortly, June 21st. Cool, I guess. I've always wanted to like play some of these MMOs, because like they always kind of interest me, but the daunting task, like I was reading the story on Final Fantasy 14, which is like one of the biggest MMOs out there. And honestly, it has apparently from people that play it one of the best stories of any Final Fantasy. And I was like, "Oh, cool." And they're like, "Yeah, and it's got 1,500 hours of single player content." I'm like, "Well, fuck that shit. I'm not playing any of that." So, 1,500 hours of single player content? What?
I think that's a bit of a stark,
I mean,
way
that's
of saying
great,
the
I guess,
best
because
story. I think that's a little bit much. I don't think an MMO is going to have the best story, unless you're talking about like looking at all the lore and putting it all together and reading all the books. And I don't really. I mean, I played Elder Scrolls Online. I think it's fun. I don't see how people could say. I mean, even for me not being a Final Fantasy fan, I really don't think it would have the best story out of all the actual focus story games.
This isn't my
But
opinion. This is
maybe
what
I'm
people are
wrong.
saying. Yeah.
Maybe I know. I'm just saying. Maybe I mean maybe I'm wrong. That seems like a very stark comment to say that it's the best. That's a bit interesting way of saying an MMO having the best story.
It could, I guess. I don't know. People seem to
Could
love
be. Who
WoW.
knows?
I don't know. Never
That's
played it.
true. But I thought WoW was just fun because of I don't know. Guess yeah, maybe you're right. Well,
Oh yeah, because like there's a whole bunch of like you said like the lore. There's like the Witch King, and there's all kinds of cool shit that happens. That's right up my alley. I don't want to spend that much time. But who knows?
yeah.
Maybe if Final Fantasy 14 goes free to play after they've done supporting it.
It's not.
Oh no, it's an MMO. It's still a subscription, just like all MMOs are.
Well, no. Like if you get it on PlayStation, you don't have to pay a subscription if it is on there. You have to only have your online.
I'm pretty sure it's still $14.99 a month.
No, because if you play Elder Scrolls Online, you don't have to pay for the subscription. You literally just have the game, and then as long as you have your membership, you can play Elder Scrolls Online. Because it only goes off of your PlayStation or Xbox membership. So I wouldn't think they would be charging you that,
Oh yeah,
because then
never
a
mind.
lot of
Yeah.
people on PlayStation wouldn't want it because you're already paying for PlayStation Plus. So I would think you wouldn't need to. For Elder Scrolls Online, I would say 2. So 2 out of 5.
I gave it a 1.5 just because I love Elder Scrolls, but I don't want
MMO.
MMO. Sorry, I'm reading. Dude, so the newest article I can find, April 13th, it still says, yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is $14.99 a month.
That's that you have to pay, or is that for if you want bonus things as a membership?
It says the standard subscription costs $14.99 per month and offers discounts if you buy months in bulk. I don't know. Do we really care? Why am I looking this shit up? Let's move on.
Sorry, I was just
No,
curious. Yeah.
no, that wasn't you. That was me too. Next up, Fallout 76 came out with some stuff, and we're gonna move on. Forza. I'm just kidding. I just don't give two shits. No one cares about Fallout 76. Like, let me look up the fucking players numbers right now. No one's playing this game. This is a DLC that is in connection to what wasn't it was supposed to come out in like a Fallout 3, but it got delayed and now it's coming out in Fallout 76 and people are supposed to be happy about it.
It was originally in Fallout 3.
Oh, yeah, I don't
That's why people are excited, because
no
they're
one's
using
excited about this.
people's excitement. Well, no, I'm not saying people are excited for it, but they're using something from Fallout 3 and putting it in this in a sense. So I'm not like super excited for it. I mean, I've been trying out Fallout 76 again. Still very rough game, but with some interesting things. And I was playing it with Amy, and it was pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm not like super pumped for it. I don't really know much about the pit because I don't think I ever played the pit DLC, if it was the DLC for Fallout 3. So I don't really know what the hype would be for this, but I don't know. I might still give it a try because I said I was gonna give Fallout 76 more of a try. So I'm gonna say 2.5 out
Oh,
of 5.
credit where credit is due. There are just as many people playing Fallout 76 as there is Battlefield 2042. I don't know if what one that's helping and what one that's hurting. I don't know, but take it for what you will.
That's fair.
Oh my god, dude. Battlefield 2042 last month had an average player of 1,900 per day. That's bad. That's not good.
That's pretty
Hey,
ridiculous.
but we'll be talking about Battlefield 2042 tomorrow. I said we. Logan will probably talk about it. I don't have anything to say. But I am giving my first negative review. I'm just kidding. My first below 1 hype review, because I just don't fucking care about Fallout 76 at all. It's the least thing. It's the one thing that I care about least in this entire thing, which is saying something, because there are some games coming up that are like, whatever. Next up, Forza Horizon 5 finally got the Hot Wheels DLC that we've all been waiting for, been rumored for a while, and it's finally coming out in July. This looked super cool. It was one of the few things in here that made me think maybe I'll get on back on Game Pass here in the next coming weeks, and I'll boot up some more Forza Horizon that is, and I'll play it some more because I haven't played it since December last year. So, what's up with you? Well, never mind. You don't care about this, so.
No, yeah, one.
Well,
One.
your opinion doesn't count in that one. So next up is the old bait and switch that we were talking about earlier. This game should have been Fable, could have been Fable, but nope. It's Vin Diesel riding a dinosaur. Arc 2's first cinematic trailer was shown off, and has a date of release for sometime next year, 2023, which is a confirmed delay from when it was first shown off, with the original release date of 2022. But this is also day one on Game Pass. And Logan, are you going to be playing Arc 2?
Didn't play Arc 1. Probably will not be playing Arc 2.
Apparently,
it's a cool idea. Don't care.
I was gonna say, apparently this is actually very different from the first game. So
Really?
I guess maybe. I don't know. I hear things and they could be wrong. I don't know.
Well, I'll give it a 1.5 out of 5.
I will accept that score of 1.5 and write it down. Next up, a game we've seen before, a game that looks super cool, looks fucking terrifying and weird. You remember when we first saw this game, the very first image was a huge dick. And
I think I remember that, yeah.
And that's literally how I'm always gonna remember this game. But it is extremely graphic, extremely bloody, extremely gory, extremely visceral. It is Scorn, and we got a first look trailer at the release date, coming out on October 21st, 2022 to Xbox Game Pass. Sorry, Game Pass. And yeah, what'd you think about this?
I don't know. I guess
Really?
it looks pretty cool. I don't really know if I'm really excited for it because it seems, I don't know, just like I really don't know what to think about it. It's just so weird. It's like a weird body horror Doom shooter that just seems interesting. Like I am definitely gonna probably keep looking to see more stuff about it and more gameplay, but I feel like this got like announced like forever ago. So I almost kind of forgot about this game. And then it got talked about again recently. Because I remember this being like talked about like what 2, 3 years ago, maybe even 4. It was a long time ago. But yeah, if I had to put a review on it, or a hype level, I'd probably say 2 out of 5. Yeah. I'm not like absurdly excited for it.
I just think visceral nature of it is super interesting, super unique, and super different. And you know me, I'm a sucker when something comes out and it's actually different than what we've got before. It's actually doing something interesting. Now, whether I play the game and it's just visuals, like visual deep, and there's nothing else, we'll see when October 21st when it comes out. Well, shit, I just realized October 21st, playing Scorn. October 25th, playing High on Life. October 28th, playing Call of Duty. That's a lot of FPSs.
Hell yeah.
Coming up next, finally, for me, the lull ended here. Yeah, I got hyped for Forza Horizon 5, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm super hyped. It was like, oh cool, finally. But Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, a game that we saw last year, looks super cool in a cinematic trailer. We got a pretty beefy gameplay trailer for this third-person action RPG. And dude, I'm sold. I think this game looks fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool. I don't know how excited I am for it, but it does look pretty fun. I'm really curious on how deep it's going to be, and I don't know, just like what the story's going to be about.
I
But
saw some Sony boy toys. Well, that's not how you say that. Sony, I guess Sony ponies, whatever you want to call it. They were saying this looked like the poor man's
Forspoken.
Forspoken, yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, they both look good to me. They both look like on the same level of quality to me. Maybe the animation and the graphical detail in Forspoken looks a little better, but who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
If they're both fun to play,
I
then they're both fun to play. But I
I'm
did.
excited about this, but it's not like one of those games that I'm like, I can't wait for it to come out. It's more like when
Oh,
it
what's?
does
I
come
mean,
out, I'll be curious to try it out.
yeah, it's not like like I'm salivating. I can't wait. Like if this game gets delayed, I'm gonna riot or anything like that. It's not like that. But it's something that I've seen twice now, and both times I've seen it, I've gotten more excited for it. So I'm sold. I'm locked in. I do want to see actually a little bit more of it. I want to see maybe like a 10 to 15 minute like actual just gameplay sequence where it's not like quick cuts and things like that because it's easy to make things look cool when you are showing the best parts. So I want to see like an extended gameplay walkthrough where you see how the world kind of looks, how you interact with the world, and other things before I'm officially completely 100% sold. But as it sits right now, easy 4 out of 5 hype level for me. It's right up my alley, third person action RPG. That's literally like if you had to write a novel about my likes, that would probably be one of the taglines. So
Yeah, I actually will agree with you. I think 4 out of 5.
So next up, something that I actually one of the few surprises in here. I thought this was just going to be Minecraft Dungeons 2, but no, a new action strategy game coming from Mojang. This is Minecraft Legends coming to Xbox and PC next year in 2023. This caught me by surprise. I don't know if I'm excited about it. I just thought it was going to be Dungeons. I literally wrote in Dungeons, and then the name came up. I was like, oh, just kidding, not Dungeons. Got it. But yeah, this took me by surprise. I thought it looked interesting. Um, was taken down a little bit by the fact that it was a strategy game, but I'll say 3 out of 5. Thought it looked cool. Could be a fun game. Probably won't ever know because probably won't play it, but thought it looked good.
Yeah, I think a 3 out of 5 is warrant because like yeah, it looks cool, but I'm not really as deep as I used to be into Minecraft. But it does look kind of fun, you know. It's
Yeah,
like a fun, lighthearted kind of strategy game. So
you know what? If it comes out and people tell me they're like, "Oh, it's like 10 hours," it's good. 10 hours tells a decent story and it's fun gameplay. I'm like, sure, maybe if I'm bored, but next up, what I can only describe as, and what I actually did describe, is Xbox's Animal Crossing Lightyear Frontier was shown off and slated as a day one game pass in spring 2023. Logan, your wife being a fan of I almost said Xbox's Animal Crossing. That's not what it is. Of Animal Crossing. Do you think she's gonna play this? And if she is, are you gonna play this? Because didn't you like Animal Crossing a little bit?
oh, I liked yeah, I
Yeah.
really liked Animal
So I
Crossing. It
don't
was
mean to
really
keep
fun.
making the comparison, but this just looked like Animal Crossing to me in mechs.
Uh, I wouldn't really say it's like Animal Crossing. There's a big difference. I would say this is more in the lines of just another survival game. It looks like that to me. It looks like, you're building farms, you're mining stuff. Looks like you fight things. It looks like a survival game. But this reminds me, have you ever seen Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah, the new season just came out.
Yeah, did you ever watch you watched the first season then?
Yeah.
You remember that one that's about the farmers on the planet
I'm gonna
and
be
like they're
honest.
all in mechs? Oh,
I loved that show when I watched it. I currently can't fucking remember a single thing about it.
oh, that's
I'm sorry.
well. If you ever have a chance to look it up, there's literally one first season is about these farmers. They're all in mech suits, and literally, this is exactly what this reminded me of. Like, it literally reminded me exactly of this. I'm like, I kind of wonder if they got some of their idea from that when they started making this game because it reminds me a lot of it, but it actually looks kind of cool. It looks like a weird lighthearted but also kind of badass with the mech suits kind of game. It's really weird. I don't know. It's almost like I mean, yeah, again, it just looks like a survival game, but you're strictly in a mech suit. So yeah, I don't know. I actually might give this a try.
What do you got for me?
So I'm gonna say 3.5 out of 5.
All right, there we go. Logan finally getting out of the gutter with some of these ratings. You're very harsh on games, aren't you? When
Yes,
you
I
see them,
am.
yeah. Yeah, but then when
I
you review them, you're super low key on them.
depends.
Star Wars was not as good as you said it was, but that's my personal opinion. So,
That's fair.
Gunfire Reborn, next game. Shoot 'em up roguelite. We've seen this game before. I know. Well, I guess I don't know them, but I do watch a lot of people, and they were excited about this game. I don't care. Do you care?
No.
Okay, cool. 1 out of 5. Moving on. The next game. The
I'll say
last.
2 out of 5, but
Oh. Well, why you
it's
gotta
fine.
change it? 2 out of 5? What the... Fine, 2 out of
I'll
5.
be nice. It doesn't look that bad. It
Well,
just
it
doesn't
doesn't
look
look
like something
bad,
out
just
of a.
doesn't look interesting.
That's fair, yeah.
But okay, you gave. Hold on, no. Back the fuck up. You gave Forza Motorsport a 2 out of 5. And yeah, it may not be your game,
Yeah.
but you just said, oh, it looks good. Forza Motorsport didn't look good.
Okay, it did look 2.5 out of 5 for Forza Motorsport.
All
There you
right, thank
go.
you. I'm changing it
I give it the.
retroactively.
Yeah.
I argued for it and won. Next game. Game that my biggest surprise of the entire showcase. The Last Case of Benedict Fox is a new story-focused Metrovania game with a gothic art style. Was showed off in a reveal trailer stated for spring 2023, coming to day one to Xbox Game Pass. This game, I thought this game looked absolutely fantastic. I thought everything about this hour and 30, it's not hour, minute and 34-second trailer was cool as shit. And I will play this game.
I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, I do not remember this game at all.
That's because
And
it's
I'm zooming through.
you hear the name Metrovania and you just roll out.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. I do remember this. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna be mean. Gonna say. I'm gonna be nice. Like I gave the other one 2 out of 5. So
2 out of 5.
yeah, 2 out of 5. Not
Whatever.
really gonna probably play it
I
ever. I don't like Metrovania games
I
that
mean, but like
much, though.
you know this is like I like these kind of games. So
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it is insanely good looking. Just
yeah, it's eye
does not
catching.
look good to me. So
The
yeah,
colors, the particle effects. It's just like it screams, "Hey, watch me!" You know.
yeah.
Next up, As Dusk Falls. We heard about this game last year. I don't really remember too much about
Oh,
it.
this is that weird novel game, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like a narrative driven, choose your own adventure or choose your own path thing. It's an interactive drama, what they say, playable up to 8 characters. I think it's kind of trying to do a combination of Walking Dead and like supermassive games with like, the Quarry and the Dark Pictures anthology with, being able to play up to 8 players.
Oh
Um
yeah, yeah.
which all that sounds great. I fucking hate the look of this game. I hate the way this
Yeah,
game
no,
is.
it looks
I
horrible. I
hate.
do not
I
like
mean,
the art style
it looks.
either.
Yeah, it looks very stylistic, very artsy, and I just can't fucking look at it. I hate the way that they
Well, the people's
chose.
face just looks so gross because they're trying to make realistic looking faces, but then put this very like not cartoony, but weird smeared art design of their bodies and everything, and it's just so weird. Like even when I seen this game, because this game I'm pretty sure was also shown at the the other big Xbox showcase,
It
and
was, yes.
even then I thought the exact same way. I think it looks really, really ugly. I just don't like the art style at all, and I don't even think the story could even help it. To
Yeah,
be
like the
honest,
premise, because
like
like the premise and
yeah,
like the actual what it is literally again one of you and I's favorite things that we love the Telltale games. We love the supermassive games. We love those types of choose your kind of character narrative driven story games, and that's what this is. But I look at it and I'm like, I don't think I could play this for more than 30 minutes because I get so annoyed. Now maybe that's being significantly harsh on it, but that's the way I feel. Sorry, get the fuck over it.
yeah, I have to agree. I just don't think it looks good. Like, and it really sucks because I know this is an indie developer trying to do something cool, but like it just looks ugly. It does.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can appreciate a game from a distance. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm staying as far away from this thing as I can.
yeah,
But
one out of five for me as well.
yeah, coming up next is apparently a very hyped game, but I didn't know anything about it. Naraka Blade Point. It's coming to consoles for the first time with crossplay confirmed in a new campaign mode. It releases on Xbox on June 23rd, 2022. Apparently, this was a huge thing on the Reddit channels that I'm a part of and everything. This blew up. This was people's like one of the most excited announcements of this entire thing. And I was standing in the corner very confused the whole time. The metaphorical corner, obviously.
Well,
So,
because it's like a battle royale, but with like fighting and
yeah.
stuff.
And from
Like
the
it's been
trailer,
talked about for
I
at
mean,
least a couple of years now.
yeah, it looked like Ghost, you know?
Yeah.
So, I guess if you're excited about this, if you're one of those people that were very hyped on some of my Reddit channels, I'm super happy for you. I could care less out of five.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a two, because it's not like a bad looking game. It looks like it could be fun, but I know after probably less than a week, it's gonna be like Fortnite, where people are gonna be so good and so honed in on the skills of what person they pick. It's just gonna be a massacre. So I know I wouldn't enjoy this game
Well,
at
that is
all.
one thing. Again, one of the podcasts I listened to, one of the YouTube channels, they were saying how they tried to get into this and they tried to play it, and it is really cool and really fun and really dynamic. But they would just get absolutely destroyed immediately because like everyone already knows the meta and knows what characters to play and how to play those characters because it's been out on PC, obviously. So that didn't sound like fun to me.
Yeah, no, it does not sound fun to me either.
Next game, we get back-to-back announcements from Obsidian, but nothing that I wanted them to announce. Although this first game looked cool, but definitely not Avowed. Anyway, Pentiment was announced by Obsidian and revealed as a narrative crime story set in the 16th century Bavaria. Um, yeah, they said this was done by a very small team inside Obsidian. So cool that the Xbox is letting them experiment and do all these different things that they want to do. That's just going to make Xbox Game Studio stronger, Xbox's game library stronger, and Obsidian stronger because they feel like they have the freedom to do what they want. They will do a game that Xbox tells them to do eventually without hassle and without fight back. So good for them. This looked cool. I'm not going to play it, but it looked interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the the art style. I know a lot of people think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks really weird. I know what the style they're trying to go for. I don't like it. I don't know, just really weird looking. I'm sure it's probably a good story, but am I excited for this game? No, not really. So I'm gonna give it, like I have been nice to those other games because I would still think they're on par. I'm gonna say 2 out of 5. So
I think I just put it in different contexts and maybe ordered a different way. I would have been much more excited for this if I wasn't disappointed that this is what we were getting from Obsidian. This was the only thing new that we were getting from Obsidian during this showcase. I think
yeah,
that was really like I was like, man, because honestly, like we talked about in our predictions episode, Avowed may be my most hyped game from Xbox right now. Like I can't wait for Avowed to see Obsidian free reigns make a fantasy RPG in the vein of Skyrim. Like, please just give it to me as fast as you possibly can. Obviously with quality behind it, but still nothing about it. And honestly, I'm getting worried that that game may be 2024,
I would probably assume 2024 as well because again, we
and that
haven't really
sucks.
seen any gameplay for it. So
That fucking
I'm
sucks.
hoping, I mean, maybe it could be. It'd be pretty crazy if it does get released next year, but who knows?
Grounded 1.0 finally full game release coming out what like 2 years after the game's been in early access, something
Yeah,
like that. I know
it's a fun
you.
game.
I know you are a proponent of this game. Never played it. I think it's a cool idea, but again, I'm just Obsidian make Avowed, please. Just fucking make Avowed. Leave this other shit alone, please. Even though I do know people like Grounded a lot, so me personally
Yeah, it's
want Me personally, 1 out of 5. The critical guy in me, knowing what this game is, knowing that people care about it, this is probably a 3 because people are really excited about it. It's finally coming. But yeah,
Well, I
that's all I
mean,
got.
it's been out. It's just like
Well, yeah,
never
but
been
finally, like
released
it's
yet.
1.0 release.
Yeah, I think a three. Like I mean, it I played it actually in its early access, and I think it's really fun. It's again, it's a survival game, so you need friends, and that's my issue with the game is like you need people to play with. So I haven't really had anyone to play the game with, but it is
The way
actually
you
a really
said that.
yeah. Oh,
You
I have
said
been trying to get
you
Amy to play
you
with me,
said
so
yeah, you need friends, and that's really my big point because I don't have any. It's just
well, I
funny.
don't have anyone that would probably want to play this game,
Yeah, not
but
me.
I did want to play it because it actually is pretty cool. I played a little bit of it by myself, and I actually was having a lot of fun with it. And obviously, at that time, it was at early access, so I don't think they have as much stuff in there. But now, where it is, probably where it's released, there's probably a lot more stuff to it. So actually, yeah, I actually will probably give this a try because I do love the idea of it of a survival game, but it's Honey I Shrunk the Kids, and I think that's cool. I mean, do I want to see Avowed more? Yes, but I think this is still really cool.
I think one cool thing about it, and I will give it its credits where credits due, is it is probably the only kid-friendly survival game we have because every other survival game is about like,
Minecraft.
fair enough, I guess.
Yeah. That was-
I just always forget that that's a survival game. I just always see it as a builder game. I always forget that the main mode is a survival mode. But how many people actually play it for the survival mode? Honestly.
a lot of people.
Oh. Well, fuck me. I don't know anything about Minecraft then. So next up, Arabin Shadow Legacy. I'm gonna be honest. I believe I thought this game looked cool, but sitting here, I don't remember anything about
I don't even remember it from its name, to be honest.
it. um,
Um,
I remember thinking it looked cool, but yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the screenshot of it, and I don't remember it. So there's my answer. 1 out of 5. Got it. Understood.
Oh, it's like that stealthy futuristic game. Yeah, I mean it's cool, I guess. 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5.
You're only gonna make
2
me fucking write this in, you asshole.
out of 5.
I'm just kidding. I don't care. I'm just trying to eat my food. I got some fish and mac and cheese. Pretty good so far. I've been eating for like the last hour.
Oh,
Ah!
I'm not gonna lie. I sort of could hear it, but not too bad.
Oh, you should tell me. I'm mute. Damn, my bad.
It's not bad.
The next one, which should have been one of the biggest things shown off this entire press conference, especially for me. But I don't know if I could have drawn this up to land more flat than this did, and that's also not my own perspective. A lot of the people on Reddit and a lot of people I've talked to today, this was honestly one of the worst ways that they could have shown this game off. One of the most probably hyped games, biggest games coming out um, in the next year, and this just completely fell flat for everybody. Diablo 4 announced the Necromancer class, the new 5th class in the Diablo franchise. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was a weird trailer. It was kind of, you didn't really know till closer to the end what it was. Like, normal Blizzard trailers are like very cinematic, and you know what you're looking at, and you can get hyped and you can really learn about it. This was all in engine, which was a weird choice. It was
That's a
very
great choice. Why would people
not
want
for
to see
Diablo
it?
fans. It's not. That's not
Well, that's stupid. Why would you want to see cinematics? I want to see gameplay. That's a dumb point of view.
no, man. The cinematics of Diablo games and all that, and the way that they're introduced through those cinematics, because the Blizzard will just come out and show us what the game is. I don't want to see that um on the stage. I just want to give me a little bit of the mood in the trailer and the
I
tone
thought
of
it
the
looked
game.
great though. That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
you
Like
are
I don't.
different than every other Diablo fan out
Well,
there.
those people are just really dumb then because I guess they don't want to see the game. They want to see stupid cinematics. If you want to see cinematics, then go watch a damn TV show.
But like
Like
it,
that, I'm sorry, but that's such a dumb point of view.
but
I
like,
don't like it because it's not showing not gameplay. That's stupid. I don't want to watch this non-game or this gameplay. I want to actually see non-gameplay of these characters. That's so stupid.
it's Diablo. We know what the game looks like. We know what the game plays like.
It looks
Nothing.
different than the Diablo 3.
I
It looks
disagree
far
entirely.
better.
I mean,
Well,
it looks better.
that's fair, but
The
I think it looks a
the
lot better.
graphics look better, but we all knew that Diablo 3 came out 10 years ago. The graphics are going to
Yeah.
look better. That doesn't matter. Um,
I also think the gameplay looked great.
yeah, it
And
did, but it looked
yeah,
like
some
Diablo.
people didn't agree, but it did look like Diablo. I mean, what were people expecting? It's Diablo. Is it
Exactly.
supposed
So
to
like,
be a third person, fighting game now because it's the next Diablo? Like, no, it's Diablo 4. It's the next step. There is new stuff that they showed off. There's an open world now. There's a bunch of new stuff with it. It's not as linear as the other Diablo games, but you know what? That's not new. That's just, like, I think that's so stupid. I am personally very excited for this game. And actually, I'm going to say my score now 5 out of 5. I am very excited for this game. And yeah, they showed gameplay. Sorry, they didn't show cinematics of all the characters. Now, do I think the Necromancer should have been the thing they showed as the new character? I do think they should have came up with a new character. I mean, Necromancer's been in Diablo 3. It's in that Diablo mobile game. So I don't know why they like overhyped the fact that the last character was Necromancer. I do think that was a little weird. But for the people that are being mad because they didn't just show cinematic video, then just get the game because I'm sure they're gonna have cinematic videos all over the place like they always do in all Blizzard games. But
I will give
I'm
it a
happy they showed gameplay.
I will give it a 4 out of 5 on my own personal hype level, but a 1 out of 5 on presentation.
I think 5 out of 5. I think it looked great. I think they showed off a lot of the new stuff. They even made sure to make little things that explain all the new things they're adding. They even explain, I mean, as most games explain in game, but I was more excited just for it looks fun. The gameplay looks great. I like that it's a closer view like Diablo 2 was. They're going back to that Diablo 2 style. I like that for first thing, graphics look great in my opinion. I mean, yeah, they're not like some game, but I think they still look really, really good. And I think the characters and like the abilities that they were showcasing, even that cool one where she was riding the horse and jumped off as a bear and started killing other people, that was badass. I thought that was super cool. I mean, even the fact that it's gonna be an open world now, so it's a lot less linear, which I kind of thought that's how it was in the air games, but I guess it wasn't. It was more. This is now going to be like a legit open world thing, which kind of makes me think: is it going to be kind of like Elden Ring? Because dude, just imagine that an Elden Ring Diablo where you literally can go to each point whenever you want to. I don't know. I mean, I am very excited for this game. Actually, like I know Blizzard's getting a lot of crap for it, so I'm not going to say this game's going to be amazing or perfect because I mean, all I've seen is some gameplay. But just from what I've seen in gameplay wise, I am extremely hyped for this game, like beyond hyped.
Well, that's good, I guess. I don't know why. There was just something about it. Like, as I was watching it, I was like, okay. I don't know. It was so different than the way they usually show off Diablo that I just couldn't get over the fact that they showed it off in a different way. I just didn't like it because I've always loved the way they show off the level. Oh my god, they always show off Diablo. It's very high fantasy pop and circumstance. Like, this is incredible. Look at the story that we're telling you, and obviously the stories don't matter that much. But I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong here, but I'm also I'm with other people, but maybe everyone's wrong. Maybe just everyone hates Blizzard right now, so anything they do, we're not gonna like. So
That's fair. I mean, I'm
I don't know.
I'm still worried about it, but I think the gameplay and everything that they showed me, and what I know, what I feel is a Diablo game, I think is what they're doing, but they're adding. As even like their big point was like you feel powerful, you do these like they're showing these cool, awesome abilities that weren't in the other games, and like especially that scene where the dude like hit the dude and jumped off the cliff into a bunch of people. I thought that was so badass. I was like, that looks really fun, and that's what I think Diablo games are like. They kind of remind me of I don't know if you ever Gauntlet. That's what Diablo games remind me of, and that's why I'm excited to play this one because it kind of reminds me a lot of it. It's like the new. I even like Diablo 3 for that, but I like this one a little bit more because I like that they're going back to that Diablo 2 style where it's more closer to the character and it's not as, I don't know, like arcadey, I guess, or I guess I don't know. Something about it won't be as easy. It doesn't look like it will be as easy. I don't know. Maybe it will, but it does look really fun. And that's, I think, was the most important part.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it. I don't know. I, I just keep
No,
thinking.
you
I
don't
was like,
have to pick a 5 out of 5. I mean, I don't blame
no,
you if
no,
you
no, no,
want to
no.
pick 4 out of 5.
I am firmly a 4 to 5. I'm very excited about Diablo. I love Diablo 3. I love Diablo 2 when it came out. I love ARPGs. I love Path of Exile. I don't play them as much as I want to play them because there's so many other stuff. But when a new one comes out, I do get excited. But I keep going back in my head, and I'm like, I don't know. There was just something about the way they showed this off. Like by the time they got to the quote unquote cool stuff, I just didn't care. But I could just said be totally off base off that. Next up, Sea of Thieves announced that Season 7 update is coming. The update will allow users to buy, name, and captain a ship all their own. I thought you could already captain a ship.
Yeah, you can. I don't know why they brought that point up.
Okay. And I guess you'll also be able to customize your captain. This is pretty much all on you. What do you think about this? Because I have no opinion.
Um, I'm excited, though I feel like some of this stuff should have been there day one.
Oh,
But I am still very excited for it because I like that they're adding more and more customization. But again, I still feel like this should have been stuff that should have been there a while ago. Like I like the customization in the game, and I think that's a really cool update. So I am excited, and Amy's really excited too. I told her all about it. So
1 through 5.
oh, I'll say 3 out of 5.
Okay. What'd you add in there?
I didn't add anything.
Oh, well, you highlighted it and confused me.
Oh, sorry, I was just looking up stuff.
Ravenlock is a new game that's coming out in 2023. It'll be on Game Pass day one. I don't remember anything about it.
That's what I am looking it up for. I
I
don't remember this game.
I
Some of these I do not remember at all. What was this one?
was
I feel
awkward for.
bad. Oh, this one actually looked pretty cool.
I mean, it might have, but it's sometimes.
It's like a weird it's got a very well, so it's like a very puppety, like everything looks like like paper in a sense. It's kind of like reminds me of like Paper Mario
Oh,
in
this
a
is that
sense, but with
Coco
like
Cucumber game. I thought this
yeah,
game was actually called Coco Cucumber. That's why I don't remember it.
yeah, this looks really cool actually. Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. I actually really, really, really dig the art style in this game.
Just for spiciness, I'm saying 2 out of 5.
Jeez.
Just to make you angry, like I've been angry most of my life because of you.
Hey, that's fair.
All right, next up, Cocoon came out as a new sci-fi puzzle game. Um, from the creator of Inside and Limbo. I thought this looked really cool. Don't love that it's a puzzle game because I stupid person here and I know good at puzzle, but I thought the tone and the visuals of the game it has aspects of Portal in there. And I just thought it looked really cool. But I probably won't play it because as I said, I stupid.
um, I do not remember this one.
To be
I do
fair,
not.
at this point in time in the show, we were pretty deep into it, and most people that were watching the show was like, "Come on, just give us the game we're waiting for," which we are getting there, folks.
I would just say 1 out of 5.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's your turn to be a dickhead. Got it. Next up, um, for me, we're coming out of the second big lull here. There were two pretty big lulls in this showcase that I think we could have cut most of it out or put some maybe one or two more exciting reveals in there that were further along. In the two big lulls that we've had so far, that's where I wanted one big thing to kind of get me excited and keep me back into it. But that's not what happened. So I think 30 minutes of this is this hour and 30-minute presentation. 30 or 40 minutes of it is kind of boring. I kind of drowned out a little bit, but I was never gone. Like I wasn't gone. I was still engaged. I was just like, okay, well, nothing here is really hitting me. But anyway, so we'll come out of that lull, and boom, Team Ninja comes on screen. Super excited. Looks like Neo. Everyone thinks it's Neo. Oh my god, Neo 3, Xbox gets it. Nope, just kidding. It's Wo Long, Fallen Dynasty. Well, Logan, what do you think?
Um, I don't know. It looks kind of cool, but like, what is this kind of game supposed to be? Is it like a action game,
Well, I
or
mean, it's Team
is it like
Ninja.
Neo, where it's like the or not the Dark Souls like?
Well, yeah, that's one thing that I am questioning. I mean, it's Team Ninja, so we know it's going to be an action game. But I don't
Yeah,
know if it's going to be like the older action games, like where it is like single player narrative. Well, I guess they're all single player. But it's like focused on a story and it's focused on combo gameplay and other things. Or is it going to be, yeah, like Neo and it's Dark Souls and I'm not going to play this? I want to know which one it is. I'm giving it a 3.5, just leaning towards that other side of the 3 because there is a chance that it is Teen Ninja's return to um like an action story game. And it's set during the Chinese historical period, which we don't get a lot of games during that. That's really cool. So,
yeah. I'm gonna give it a 3. It looks really cool. Don't know what kind of game exactly it's gonna be like. A lot of these bosses, like, well, I'm gonna call them bosses. It kind of reminds me that it might go back. It might just be more Neo, but I don't know. It looks pretty cool though.
all right. Well, after the hype of Wolong, I guess kind of hype, I got excited. But then we go into 3 pretty big things. I actually think 3 very big things. Persona 3, 4, and 5 coming to Xbox. And one thing I will say is I have no clue how Xbox sniped these from Switch. How do they
Yeah,
get it? How do they get it before Switch? No, no.
yeah.
Well, I do know how.
I'm saying.
It's called money, but how does Switch not put out the money to get these before Xbox? But either way, huge get for Xbox. Coming to Game Pass day one. I was a little disappointed that they're all not coming at the exact same time. First one coming out is 5. It'll be out this year. The 3 and 4 next year. But I mean, all 3 of these games are some of my favorite JRPGs I've played in my lifetime. So, Persona 3 is a dark ass game. If you're not ready for it, a little disappointed that the portable version's coming out, so the game's not gonna look that great. I would have rather just upscaled the original Persona 3. But Persona 4 Golden, uh, that's the best version of that game. PS Vita only now coming, I said, to Xbox, and then obviously Persona 5 Royal is probably the greatest JRPG made. So huge get for Xbox. Congratulations to them. Don't know what you're doing over there, Nintendo, but I guess sit on your hands.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I do think Nintendo's going to announce it soon. I do believe this. They will. Well, whatever. I don't know. Do they have another showcase
There
this
is
summer?
a rumor that came out yesterday that there's one at the end of June. There's going to be a direct, but no,
Because literally, I would be so surprised if they do not announce these games coming to Switch. Because if they do, I probably will get these on Switch because these are the perfect kind of games to play on the go.
oh
And
yeah,
also just yeah,
absolutely,
it'd be so good. Like then I can actually play Persona 3 and 4. And then but yeah, I'm gonna say 5 out of 5. This is an amazing announcement. I mean, long time coming. Very happy to see that they're actually coming to yeah, coming to Xbox now. Especially 3 and 4. I've never even gotten to play those. So
yeah.
maybe when it comes to Switch, if it does come to Switch, I hope it does. I'm getting it on Switch for a fact. So
Yeah. For me personally, I'd say like it's like a 2 out of 5 because I've already played these games. You know, I don't need them on my Xbox. And if you really want to play Persona, well, I guess you can't because you don't have a computer, but you can play it on PC. So it came to PC last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Xbox, this is 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5. It's up there. It's big. It'll take the wins out of the sale a little bit if Nintendo does announce it. Because like the reason it's like super big right now is because like Xbox, they aped Nintendo and they beat them to the punch somehow. So I think it'll take it to sales. I mean, I'm just speaking about me personally. Obviously, people who have Xboxes don't care that Nintendo gets it because they get to play them. So, but for me personally, it's really cool to see Xbox trying to do everything they can to get into the Japanese market, and it's just a way to introduce some of the fans to the Persona games, some of the best JRPGs out there. So, also announced right after the show that's coming. The whole thing is also coming to PS5. Which I don't know why they announced that. Persona 5 Royal's already on PS5, but Persona 4 and 3 are coming to PS5 as well.
Yeah, I would figured if it would.
Yeah, I mean, all right, next one, the big one that I wasn't surprised by because we've had 18 million fucking rumors about it, but this is also a big deal. I'm very excited about it. See what he did. Hideo Kojima shows up on screen, and I giddied out like a little schoolgirl. I love this man to death. He is the idol of my life, the greatest video game developer of all time, nonstop. And this is cool for Xbox. I'm gonna temper my hype a little bit because I know a little bit of background information, not insider information, but I've read a lot about this. And this is gonna be a smaller game, from what people are telling, from what people understand. He's experimenting with what he's doing. He's using cloud-based computing. It's something that he's always talked about wanting to do. It's probably going to be a horror game because he's been talking about wanting to make a horror game, which I could not wait to see Hideo Kojima make a horror game. I'm super excited, but from everything that we've heard, this is a smaller style scripted game. But I don't care. This is a 5. This is the easiest 5 out of 5 I've ever given an announcement. Even though we saw literally nothing, which would have been kind of nice. And from the way he was talking about, it sounds like he might start making the game sometime this year. Doesn't sound like he started at all on it, which kind of sucked. I thought this game would have been in development for quite a few years now, since we've been hearing rumors for shit. I remember rumors early as 2020 that Hideo Kojima's next thing was he was going to partner with Xbox on something to do with cloud gaming. So, this has been rumors for years. Cool to see it finally come to fruition. Wish we could have seen something, but when we do see something, it's going to be incredible, and I'm going to buy this day one, and it's Hideo fucking Kojima. What else do you want? Logan?
2 out of 5.
I'm hyper fucking ventilating right now. I am so angry.
I don't really care. So
Well, okay, you
he made a certain game called Death Stranding. That's enough for me to show that I don't care what he makes next. So
okay, so that's for you personally, but you have to
yes,
admit this is massive for Xbox. This is huge for the Xbox ecosystem, and if you can't admit that, then I'm sorry that you're just wrong. Like getting Hideo Kojima to make a game for your console exclusively is a massive get in the video game industry.
I guess. So I don't know.
You're so wrong in my eyes. It's not even funny. Like it's just so wrong. Like if you go and look at people's reaction to
Yeah, for
Hideo
like
Kojima.
fans, this is a big deal. But people that don't already like Hideo Kojima's games aren't gonna love it just because he's been partnered. I don't think it's gonna really change much, other than he's making a game
Well, it
for
won't shit.
Xbox.
I mean,
But
it won't.
will I probably play it? No, probably not. Because I mean, I seen what he made. Great. I'm happy people love that. But I mean, I don't know. I just maybe he does make a banger. Maybe this next game is so amazing that it just blows the world away.
I
But
mean,
I
it's gonna
seen
be
Death
so.
Stranding, and I'm like, that's not a mind blowing game. So I'm not really that excited. So, but it's the same for everyone else. People have games that they didn't like from other developers, like we're going to be talking about soon, that you're probably not going to be excited for this next one, just like how I'm not going to be very excited for next Hideo Kojima game. So that's how I feel.
Do you
But it's
know?
not a. It is still exciting though. I'm happy for people that like Hideo Kojima.
Wait, no. I want
For
to
me,
pull.
no.
I want to pull back a little bit. Well, let's just move right into it. Next game announced,
Yeah,
Starfield got a 14-minute deep dive, and you're telling me that I'm not excited about this game?
I honestly felt like you were gonna just roast it. I was waiting for it. I had a assumption that you were gonna. There are some issues with this thing, which we'll get into, but I just felt like you weren't gonna be into it because it's a Bethesda game and it's like Fallout. So
First of all, this looks nothing like Fallout. This makes Fallout look like it could run on a fucking iPhone 3. The gunplay looks like you can actually shoot a gun, unlike in Fallout, where they have to design an entire system they're based around helping you shoot because you can't fucking shoot a gun properly in Fallout games. I am fucking through the roof excited. It's not a 5 out of 5 because there is some problems with it. I did see some
oh
things
yeah,
that were a little lacking. It is a 4 out of 5 hype level, but this gave me everything that I wanted. I got excited about all the customization. Base building looks significantly better than it was in Fallout 4. It looks like you just kind of put buildings instead of having to build the actual individual layers, which was a half-baked idea in Fallout
atrocious.
4,
Yeah,
and it was not good. This looks like, you can build a research lab and just kind of place the research lab and build your station out from there. Is that everything that they showed in here, other than very nitpicky things on my end, I'm super on board. I've been excited about Starfield since the get go. I've just been hesitant about it because of what Fallout 76 is, what Fallout 4 was. I guess those are really the only two that I didn't like. I didn't love Fallout 3, but I mean, the Elder Scrolls 5 is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I love Skyrim. And this looks like a. Well, honestly, Starfield looks like a combination of a lot of things we've already seen before, which is where a lot of people's complaints come from. That's not where my complaints come from, but I mean, people were
I think
saying, "Oh, it looks like No Man's Skies, but prettier," and I was like, "Well, first of all, no, it's not." But also, yes, I can kind of see that because there was the the mining
the
thing
mining tool,
that was
yeah,
ripped straight from No Man's Sky, but and then the big world. I do think the whole time. Okay, I'm spacing my thoughts out here. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. But my big negative takeaway from what they showed me outside of the way that I think it's going is while the gunplay looks really good, for some reason when I was watching it, it doesn't look impactful at all. Like the enemies weren't reacting to you shooting them one bit. Like they just ate the
that
damage until they died.
that's
And I thought that looked really weird. I was like, it doesn't look like my guns have any impact. Um, and that's the only real like huge negative that I saw. But I had this feeling, Logan. I had this feeling while watching this, and at first I was wide-eyed and I was looking at it. I'm like, man, this looks so cool. This is Mass Effect and the Elder Scrolls style. I can't wait. And then 5 minutes later, I was like, yeah, it's still great. And then 6 minutes later, I'm like, yeah. And then I had this thought and this feeling creeping behind me, and I felt it before. I had the same feeling watching this that I had watching Cyberpunk trailers. It's like everything they're saying, everything that they're showing, it all seems too good. It all seems too good to be true. All the systems, everything. Last time we heard from Bethesda, they couldn't even make a game run properly. And can they pull this off without the massive disappointment that I think a lot of people might be expecting from Starfield? I know a lot of people are super hyped about this, but I do also know quite a few people that I've talked to online, everything that are just thinking this is going to be a big disappointment because it's overblown and overhyped for what it is. And that is not a negative on the game for what they showed. That's just a negative for my own head. What I was feeling while I was watching. I'm like, everything seems perfect. It seems okay, not perfect. Everything that they're saying and they're doing seems like the right step. But this game is so big and so massive and so deep. Can they pull it off? And that's hopefully they can, man. I'm gonna be honest.
okay. Well, by the way, the rant that you were giving me at the beginning, I didn't hear any of it because you cut out the entire time. I thought I got kicked out of Discord for a second there.
What rant?
Um,
I was just telling you to
yeah,
shut up.
yeah, I know. But basically, um, I am very excited for it. But then, yeah, the more I watched the trailer like 2 or 3 times because I just kind of wanted to see everything about it, see the things. Now, for me personally, I didn't dislike Fallout 4 as much as everyone else did. I actually really liked Fallout 4. I know it had its issues, and I know it wasn't exactly the same as Fallout 3 or New Vegas with as deep choices as there were in those games, which I could see that, but I still really liked, and I know it's one of those games that people probably don't fully agree with me on. A lot of people, I personally really liked Fallout 4 a lot. I thought the gameplay was better. They updated a lot. I think the graphics looked pretty good for the time, and I didn't run into as many bugs as other people did. Now I heard the PC port was pretty garbage at the beginning, but again, I didn't run into as many problems as people did. I also didn't have that big of a problem as many people did with the game being as different as now. I understand that the voice actor thing was kind of a bad choice. I understand that, but I didn't dislike Fallout 4 as much. Now Fallout 76, there's no covering that up. That was just bad, horrible. Even though I'm trying it out now, that doesn't I don't still don't really think it's that good of a game. I think it's a horrible thing pretty much. They tried to do something with a broken engine trying to make it into like an MMO like Fallout game, but then not put people in it because they said that the players would make the story, and it's like it was really bad. Now, this game, I'm really excited. The first time I watched it, I was unbelievably hyped. I mean, was in the car with me, and he said 1,000 planets, and I said, "You're a liar. You're a freaking liar. There's just
Yeah.
no way, Todd Howard. There's no
Hey, hey,
way
hey, guess
that is
what though?
true."
Guess what? It
What?
just it just works, man.
It just works, uh, what is it? 5 times the detail or whatever it was. But I definitely now after watching it a couple times, also getting some other opinions on some other videos and stuff. I am starting to see some flaws with it that I have noticed. First, yes, the shooting people and how they just didn't even like react. I thought that was really weird because I even felt that the first time I watched. I felt like, man, this is kind of weird. This section, like something feels off. Like it doesn't feel like something's working out. And then after watching again and seeing that the people just didn't interact, I thought that was really weird. And then also, why is there no blood? Where's the blood? This is a Bethesda game. It's gonna be probably I think isn't it immature? I really
I
hope it is. I
mean,
hope they're not making it a TNT T for teen game because
they
there was no blood at all in the
they
entire trailer.
they may have just turned it off for the trailer, which is a weird choice because like we had Scorn
Yeah, I
earlier.
know.
But I mean,
I that's the two things that I've seen that really were weird because I could think that is a big part of the game. I mean, it's not going to be Call of Duty and its gameplay. It's got to be as polished as that. But I did want the gameplay to look. I want the gunplay to be at least pretty good. On par with what Bethesda is with its shooting. Um, but I just think that they did, especially the fact that when they were being shot at, it was so weird that they even kept that in. Was that a bug and they just didn't fix it? Like, I don't know. I just think it's really weird that part. But I also ain't getting my expectations as high as some other people are, where people think that 1,000 planets are going to have 1,000 civilizations. No, it's going to probably be, I'm going to guess, top of my hand, maybe 30 of those planets are going to be deeply filled with like uh maybe like people and civilization and stuff, and then some of those other planets might have some enemy bases and stuff, kind of like how Mass Effect 1, when you went to planets, it wasn't randomly generated, but you went to some of the planets and there was like bases and stuff on it. You probably have a few of those, like how in the trailer they showed off, that one outpost that he attacks, or he or she didn't know what the gender was, but they attacked that outpost with the bandits. I guess is what they were, or mercenaries. I guess is what they were. Um. So yeah, I mean, I think the
oh, hello, you gone?
other games definitely. Um. It
Hey,
still doesn't look like as next gen as some other games is, but as long as they can meet up with a good story, definitely fix the gameplay up a bit, actually have the people interact when you shoot them. Um, I mean, I'm excited. I know probably most of those planets are going to be not like, I mean, they're probably some of them are going to be about mining. We're going to have some cool stuff on them, but I'm not expecting like, I don't know why they're putting 1,000 planets in there though. I do think it's a little weird. But I will say the one thing that also surprised me is when he said you can land anywhere on the planet.
Yeah.
I'm also really curious about that because
Well,
no other game other than No Man's Sky has ever done that, where you could just go and you can land anywhere on the planet. Like, because it showed the point, the normal point, like you'd see in any other game, but then you seen him move around there and everything. He's like, yeah, you can land anywhere. And I'm like, how? I just really want to see more gameplay. So I am still nervous about this because, yeah, Fallout 76 came out. I don't think Fallout 4 was that bad, but I mean, it did have some bugs, it did have some issues, but I didn't think it was an absolute flop of a game, in my opinion. I still thought it was really fun. I thought the story was pretty enjoyable. So, I mean, my expectations are kind of like I hope they do better because supposedly this is Todd Howard's dream game. He's been wanting to make something like this, but I don't know how many other times he said that about other games. So I'm gonna say yeah, 4 out of 5 with you though. I'm not gonna give it a 5 out because I am still nervous, but I'm also very excited for this game. More excited than I was before. So
oh, I'm hugely excited about this game just because it's
yeah,
not Fallout and everything that Bethesda's made that isn't Fallout, I've loved. So I'm going into this being like, okay, it's not Fallout. The shooting looks like it controls good. Yes, like we've said over and over again, the impact is. I was like, well, that seems weird. And if the whole combat's like that, the whole game's like that, that's gonna suck
yeah,
because
that is gonna suck. I hope that's not
I
how it
I
is.
need some kind of feedback in my shooting gameplay. Third person looks good. I play these games mostly in third person just because that's the way I like to play. So, but I don't want to talk too much more about it. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about Starfield over the coming months. Um, this brings us. I just want to wrap up and go to some Game Fest real quick. Anything else you wanted to say about Xbox? Like I said at the beginning, I thought this was a great show. I wish there were more hype moments in it. We didn't really get any hype moments, like any jump out of my seats. I didn't really pump my fist. I was just kind of watching it, and I was entertained by games, didn't care about some other games, got excited about some games, got a couple surprises, but there's nothing really in here that I like, put my fist to or like jumped out of my seat for. And overall, I think that kind of sucked a little bit, but at the end of the day, I had fun. Hour and a half, got to see a bunch of cool games, and I thought it was much better than a lot of other showcases out there.
Yeah, I agree. And I like how they kinda they didn't, I mean, I guess, yeah, there was a few parts in the showcase where they took a little bit too long on certain games that they didn't really need to, but, I think it was still, like, pretty quick. It's better than what they used to do where they like, a lot of their things they just took way too long
Talk
on.
about
Instead, this one,
fucking
it was
trebuchets for
literally
30
one
minutes.
after another, and it was like bam, bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam, and I
it
love
was
that.
good. Yeah, they didn't talk about trebuchets for 30 minutes, which was a nice, refreshing
Yeah.
situation. All right, going on to technically this first showcase. Well, I guess Sony's was the first showcase. The second showcase of Summer Game Fest, the actual Summer Game Fest show. Um, this one was hyped up. People were excited about it. People were ready for it. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put my score on it first. We're not going to go game through game for this because, spoil it, I don't think it deserves to be gone game through game. Um, I rate the Summer Game Fest Icon Showcase or whatever, the Ion Showcase, whatever they call it. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. Um, I thought this was a pretty bad showcase. Lot of talking, a lot of slow points, no real high points. There's one kind of whatever moment, and that's coming from a Sony boy. It's like cool. Could have seen that anywhere, and it would have had the same reaction. Also, it leaked, so that was took a little bit of the winds out of the sail. Um, There's maybe one or two things that I was like propped up for and engaged for this entire 2 hour show. Um, Everything else was just boring, slow, a lot of talking, a lot of people on stage, a weird ass interlude with The Rock where he talks 3 minutes without a shirt on. And hey, look, I love seeing The Rock without a shirt on, but I don't need 3 minutes of him doing it in his gym. Um, yeah, this is a 2 out of 5. One of the worst showcases I've seen in a while since last year's E3, and I was overall very bored and very let down by most of what they had here. Logan.
Um, I 2 point. No, I'm just gonna jump it up to 3.
Really?
I think it's average. I think there. I mean, oh man, I don't know. Maybe a 2.5. I know we don't want to do point fives, but like
No.
it's close to being average.
Wait,
But I gotta
hold
agree,
on.
it
Since
has
when?
some.
Since when have we
Oh,
never
I don't
done
know.
point fives? We've
I
always
don't
done
know.
point
I
fives.
know. I know. I'm trying to point fives, but then I had to because I just feel like this is close to an average. Where I think it's really like there's good points and everything. But there is definitely some things in here that I'm like, why? Especially The Rock.
Well, The
That
Rocks was clearly
kind of
like
made me cringe
a
a
paid
lot. Like I
advertisement,
cringed
you know.
hard.
I mean,
I was like, why are you in this? You're talking about a movie that's coming out. This is not about video games. You're talking about how you have 15 different nicknames. Great, Rock. I'm happy for you. You're a cool guy. You're a good actor. You do just about everything. You have your own tequila. You own an energy drink. Great. I'm happy for you. But this isn't about video games. So
well,
why are you here?
I
Other
mean,
than that, you're in Fortnite.
I think you can chalk it up to, Summer Game Fest is not Xbox, it's not PlayStation, it's not a publisher putting on a show. They got to pay for this somehow, and that's
Yeah.
clearly, the Rock and Black Adam and Warner Brothers wrote him a check and said, "Give us 4 minutes on stage. We'll give you this much money to help produce your show." So when you're dealing
That's
with
fair.
with these type of shows that don't have the backing of of a Microsoft or of a Sony or of a Ubisoft or people who put on their own shows and have the money, you got to get money from somewhere. You got to get supporters. You got to get advertisements in there. Um, and I think this show did a lot better than last year's video game awards with hiding some of those ads. The Rock one was definitely a very big punch in the face. Like, oh, they got paid money to put this in here. That's what this is. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate it because like I understand that it's a necessity. He's got to have the money to put the show on, but maybe don't make it 4 minutes next time.
Yeah.
I've
That's
never
just
checked out so
so
hard over
long.
someone that I love. I love The Rock, but I was just like, okay, I've already seen the trailer. Trailers, we'll talk about it tomorrow, but I think it looks cool. But I was just, yeah, I was so done. I was like, can I just see some more games? Turns out, didn't care about any of them really. So, real quick,
Ooh,
so
there's one thing, which
oh, there's a
I think
couple. I'm being
can we
hyperbolic.
save one of the things for tomorrow? Because I think one of them is probably gonna be me and special guest DJ back again. A certain thing, Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah, no, Modern Warfare is all tomorrow. I have a whole section dedicated to Modern Warfare,
Yeah.
so we can
Okay.
talk about that. I won't say too much. I'll have some things. I do have some things to say. I can throw in some things, but I mean, I'll give you my opinion right now. I thought it looked great. Can't wait for it. Outside of that, I'm a
Do you just wanna talk about our highlights on this then?
yeah.
Since this one wasn't that exciting.
I'm gonna run through the actual order of the announcements just real quick. We don't need to put numbers on any of these. There are a couple I want to stop in on, but let's not spend too much time on these. So, Street
Okay.
Fighter 6 new character reveal. We already saw Street Fighter 6 at Sony's um, stream, state of play, whatever you want to call it. So cool, I guess. Aliens Dark Descent. Super excited at first, and then the very last like 4 seconds of the trailer, they showed gameplay, and it looks like a top-down twin stick shooter. A little disappointed by that.
I didn't
Logan,
know if it was that or was it really? I guess I
that's
thought
what it
it
looked
was
like to me.
a strategy game for a second there.
Oh, well, it looked like something
No, you're
that
probably right. I think you're right because I think it is a twin stick shooter.
it looked
Huh.
like something that wasn't what I wanted it to be.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, Aliens games as of lately have all been kind of that, to be honest.
Next up was a new Callisto Protocol trailer and gameplay. I mean, the gameplay looked great. The trailer looked great. It was a more graphic trailer than the one shown in State of Play. This game looks fucking phenomenal. By the way, I snagged
I
it
seen you
on.
put it on your thing.
Yeah,
I
fuck you.
know.
I
I
have
seen
so
it.
much faith
Yeah.
in this game, dude. This game looks. You know what? If this game
I
doesn't score well, I don't care. I can't wait for this fucking thing, dude.
I'm actually probably gonna play, but not probably a day one thing. It's probably like later down the line sale, but I'm probably gonna play because it looks so good.
Yeah. Next up was the Modern Warfare level. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Darkwater was the name of the level. Super cool. I thought it was. Next up was Flashback 2. Apparently, this was a game that came out a long time ago, and now it's a sequel. And I saw like two people that were excited about it. Cool, I guess. Witchfire, a game that we saw like fucking 5 years ago, I think. We saw this game a while ago. Got a new gameplay trailer. Looked kind of okay, I guess. It looked very much like a run of the mill fantasy. I mean, the thing was, it's a fantasy FPS, which is the thing that I think is carrying its media cycle. But I checked out after about 30 seconds. You?
Yeah, I mean it looks like another FPS game,
Yeah.
but
In a fantasy
it
world.
didn't really do anything to like wow you. It wasn't anything that like was like, oh, this is different. It kind of reminded me a lot of other FPSs that are kind of coming out right now. So it's not like really new, in my opinion.
Next up after that was Fort Solis, the world premiere trailer. First time we get to see this game. I did think this game looked kind of cool. Looked pretty neat. Looked very similar in style and tone to Callisto Protocol, but I guess it's a horror game. There's only so many different things you can do with it. But yeah, I thought this looked cool. I was pretty interested in you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I remember seeing this and being like, "Wait, is this more Callisto Protocol?"
Well, yeah, it,
Yeah,
it, it did look very similar, which was kind of annoying, but
but this does just look more like a it just looks like one of those horror games. Like it's not like a one of those games like where you fight back or anything. It's more just like a streamlined linear horror game in a sense. It's not very action oriented like
yeah.
Callisto Protocol will probably be. So
God, I can't wait. Routine, the next game, and at this point in time, I don't know about you, but all these horror games kind of started to blend together for me. I was like, shit, we couldn't have spaced these out a little bit. Within the first 30 minutes, we've gotten 3 to 4 different horror games. But looking back on it, I watched the trailer later. It looked cool. It looked like the kind of the third place out of the big 3 horror games that we got. Looked fine, I guess. You?
yeah, it looks like something I'll watch somebody play, but not a game, not a horror game I would probably ever
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
play.
Then we got the amazing interlude with The Rock shirtless in the gym. Lasted way
Jeez.
too long. Lasted about 3 minutes too long, and it was a 4 minute thing. After that, Outriders came out with the DLC trailer for World Slayer. This is cool. I played Outriders. I platinumed it. Put like 120 hours into it. This is way too long to wait for a DLC. I will not be jumping back in, but I talked to a couple people online. Talked to Eric, who I played the game with. They're excited about it, so if the people that want to play it are excited about it, that gets a thumb up in my book, I guess. So, anything to say? Yeah, I still remember
Clearly
we
never beat
dumped
it.
you on this
So
game. We dumped you on this
yeah.
game. I still feel bad about that, kind of. Next up, Stormgate came out, a new RTS, and I don't think anybody cares. Do you care?
What was this one? Oh yeah, no, I don't. No, I
Yeah.
remember it now. It looks okay.
So I'm reading something real quick. Okay. High Water is a new indie action strategy game. Had its world premiere. Do you just want me to keep going and you just say if you have something to say?
Yeah, yeah, that
Okay.
works for me.
American Arcadia, a new indie game came out. Thought it looked pretty interesting. Then came Goat Simulator 3, which tricked me the fuck out. I don't even remember
Dude,
if you
that
remember
got
that,
me good.
dude, the
That
Dead Island 2
really
trailer
yes.
from
Well, it
all
started off
back
with
from
that.
way
He's like,
back
no,
in.
he literally said that line. He's like, oh, that game we've all been waiting for years. You know, that game that got delayed. And I'm like, no, you're lying. And
And
then
the
it starts off the trailer, and I'm like, did they change the art style? Maybe like maybe that's how they're bringing Dead Island 2 in. Like they're changing the art style up, and they just kept going. And I'm like, it looks a little weird, but I could probably get past it. And then as soon as they did the scene where the girl like flicked him off and the goat popped in, I'm like, damn, all right, this is probably the best trailer. I mean, literally,
Oh, it's
it
so
was
good, dude.
so funny. I love it. If you have not watched this trailer yet, highly recommend it. They did
You
such a
do
good
have to
job doing
have
like one.
some knowledge of what it's spoofing off of and what it's ripping off of. Because if you don't have any knowledge of the Dead Island 2 trailer from all those years ago, then you're not going to have the same thing. But if you do know what that is, then this is brilliant.
I probably will play this game just because I want to give it. Well, I don't know if I'll buy it, but if it comes to like Game Pass or something like that, or goes on sale, I'll probably play it just because I kind of hope they keep that ripoff in the actual game, and you can kind of do something with that. That'd be pretty cool.
Next up was Marvel Midnight Suns, a second look at the game. We will talk more about this tomorrow, Logan. But I'm pretty excited. You?
I'm actually really excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we learned a lot more information after the showcase, which got me significantly more excited. It is not the game that we all thought it was, which is very, very good, for me at least. Next up after that, Cuphead, the Delicious Last Course DLC, finally got a release date, and I don't remember when it was, but it's like literally in like a week or so. It's pretty close.
That's actually really funny that they called it the delicious last course when
You didn't
literally
know
it's a
that?
DLC.
Yeah.
That
You didn't know that?
works
Oh yeah, it's
so
super
I did
cool.
not know that. That works so freaking well. I did not know that. That's awesome. Too bad I'll never play it because the freaking game is insanely hard
Oh
and I
come
can
on,
never
man!
beat
You
it.
beat Elden Ring. You got
No,
Cuphead.
dude, Cuphead's a whole nother
Yes, I know.
just like but it's just you even played it. It was hard.
Yeah. Neon White world premiere came out, and I guess cool. A Midnight Fight Express, a game made by a single man. Apparently, is what I wrote down. I don't remember that, but apparently I wrote it down,
Oh,
so
it's
it's
pretty
true.
cool, actually. It looked really cool. It's not like a story game or anything, but it looks like you're put in scenarios and they have like a lot of movie references in there too. And it's just like a really cool action top down like fighting game, I guess. Like there's like guns, weapons, melee weapons, hand fighting. It looks pretty cool. I might actually check it out whenever it comes out. So
Warframe then got an update. Somehow this game is still existing, but I do
I didn't
know.
even know it existed
Oh yeah, no,
anymore.
this game came out. It was one of the launch games for the PS4. It's widely regarded from this small outcrop of video games as the best Destiny clone out there. Even though it kind of came out before Destiny did, it
Oh
kind of
no, I
beat.
know it existed. I just didn't know it still
Oh
existed.
no, it's still going
Like,
strong, dude.
yeah,
Its Steam player count. It's actually will surprise you if you look it up. It's
that's
significantly higher
crazy.
than like Battlefield and all that. It's congratulations to Warframe. They found something and they're keeping it going. So Hanakai Star Rail world premiere trailer. You got anything?
That one. What was that one? Hondakai. I don't even know what that is. Isn't that that weird one where you shoot
It's from the
Thomas the
creator.
Choo Choo Train?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. I lost track
I
some.
don't know. Wait a minute. Oh, I know this one. This one's weird. Okay, so it's a survival game, but like you can like teleport to different dimensions and stuff. It looked really weird. I didn't at first I was kind of like, "Oh, this is kind of a cool idea." But then like just the enemies looked really dumb looking. I feel like they all looked really cheesy and it just didn't really look like that exciting of a game the more and more I looked at it. So,
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so the Genshin Impact developer, this was their section. So this was the first game, and then Zenless Zone Zero, a new action game, was also shown off by the same developer. I was more excited about Zenless Zone Zero because it
that
looked,
looked super cool.
yeah, it looked
I'm
really
actually
cool. Yeah,
really excited to try that game.
and then the big one. Okay, I'm just kidding. I mean, I was very excited about it, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge showed off Casey Jones, announced him as a new playable character. I cannot wait for this fucking video game. Um, I tried to sneak it in to the Fantasy Critic thing, but it's too late. Can't get it. The game comes out in 3 days, and it won't pass bids by the time the game goes live. So I was trying to sneak that in
Jeez.
on you guys, but because I'm pretty confident that Shredder's Revenge is going to score fairly high. But I guess we won't. I guess I won't know. Well, we'll know, but I won't get the points. Then
That's
one
fair.
that we talked about earlier, Humankind coming to consoles. This game looks really cool. I would never play it on console. I would only play this on PC. But cool for people who don't have a PC if they want to play a Civilization Light style of game.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to try this game. I know it's actually, I believe it's coming to Game Pass, so I might try it out.
Then a very Logan game came out, One Piece Odyssey, a new I believe RPG or maybe it's just an action game. Yeah, it's an anime video game. Do you play anime video games or no?
No, but the only one I've been wanting to try is the Attack on Titan ones now, since I watched the show. But no, I don't watch One Piece. Never will, because you will literally spend an entire year just watching that one show. So
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm
it's
good on watching that.
it's a lot, man. It's a
Yeah.
fucking ask, you know. It's like you either ask someone to watch One Piece or solve world hunger. They're both about to take the same amount of time. So next showing was Soul Hackers 2. I apparently didn't write anything down for this, so I don't. I got nothing for you. Do you remember what this is?
What in the heck is that?
I didn't write anything down, so apparently I
Uh,
didn't care about it.
that
So
sounds familiar. I don't. I think. I feel bad that
oh,
I
it's a
don't.
supernatural RPG with stylish summoners and dark dangers lurking under the neon lights of a cyberpunk Japan. Oh wait, I actually was excited about this game. Why didn't I write anything down? What? This is coming from Atlas. Yeah, why the fuck did I skip this?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't
No,
know what I was doing.
this does look pretty cool.
To be
Actually,
fair, I was very bored watching this, so
that's fair.
I skipped over some things or I forgot to write some things.
I
Next game.
love the style too. So yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean it's it's anime RPG. It's literally one of my favorite things. I have a lot of favorite things. I'm realizing that. Next up, Metal Hellslinger. I know a lot of people are very excited about this. It's a rhythm first-person shooter where you shoot to the beat, and that's about it that I know about it. But I know for a fact that people are very excited about this, and this got, at least in my corner of the video game world, people I know are excited about this. So, what do you think, Logan?
I think it's pretty cool. It's a very unique style on the kind of Doom like shooter style, where it's an arcadey shooter, but the more as they say, slay to the beat, the more crazy it gets, which I think is very cool. Kind of reminds me of that one game that came out years ago. What was it called? It was like on Nintendo Switch. They made a Zelda one where you have to like move to a beat,
Oh
your
yeah.
character. Yeah.
I don't remember it, but I know it.
Yeah, well, it looks pretty cool though. It does look really cool.
The Quarry. Sorry, a new trailer for The Quarry was shown off. This game's out now if you want to play it. Getting great reviews. People seem to really like it. I can't wait to hop on whenever I get a chance to play it. Probably within the next month or so, I'll have a report on it. But cool, I guess. I mean, the game came out a day after this trailer was shown. Oh, awkward moment.
Sorry, someone's calling me.
That's okay. Did you answer it or what?
You're good. Keep going.
Okay. Next up was Nightingale. The exclusive trailer was shown off. This game, I thought looked pretty cool, a decent style. But like I said, I was so checked out by this point in time. I don't really have a lot to say about these. But it's an upcoming survival game.
Oh,
Um,
this is the one I got mixed up one with. Okay, so the other game I was talking about was nothing to do with what I said. This is the game I said that looked interesting, but ended up being really, really weird and not that exciting looking.
I don't know what other game you were talking about.
It was a game before Zone Zero. That's what I
Oh,
was. I
Honokai Star
accidentally.
Rail.
Sorry. I completely explained that game completely wrong.
Ah, you
Still don't
fucking
remember
whatever.
that one, but this one I do remember, and I was at first excited, and then I started to be like, okay, this isn't that cool looking. So
Next up, Oh my god, Saints Row character creation demo, and I said all of that wrong, but anyway, you can go out and you can create your character now up until the game releases. This was kind of a cool thing, something no other game developers ever done. Just release their character creator and let people go crazy for months on end before the game comes out, creating the most wacky characters they can. The closer we get to this game, the more exciting and the more interested I become in it. And it's just another cool little marketing. I mean, it's a marketing ploy or tactic, but it's unique and it's something we've never really seen a studio do before. So I'm on board, man. I might actually download the demo and maybe play around, see if I can create I don't know, like Omega Man or something. I don't know.
Oh, they've done this before. They've done it
Have
with
they?
yeah, Saints
Oh,
Row 3 before it came out. They had a thing just like this where you can create your boss. But I do really like that they do this because then it lets you can literally also save this character, by the way. And whenever the game comes out, you
yeah.
can literally just move that character right over. I do like that a lot, actually. I think it is a unique thing that literally only I've seen them do. So I actually will probably download this. I keep forgetting that I literally was announced and I still have yet to actually download it because I want to make a character because I actually do. I am tempted to go get this game at some point. I don't know
I keep
when, but
getting
I
more
do want to
tempted.
play it.
Every time I
Yeah.
see it, I'm like, all right, well, there's another point 0.5 points for hype level, you know?
Yeah, it looks fun, and I really and I that's what I like about the Saints. They're just really fun. They're not deep stories, but they're really enjoyable, really wacky, and I bet would be really fun to play. I mean, I played the other games with some friends, but I think this would be fun to play together, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely a co-op game for you and I. Next up, Warhammer 40k Darktide, the sequel to, or I guess the follow-up to Warhammer Vermintide. It's a new first-person shooter in the Warhammer 40k universe. If you're excited about this game, or if you're excited about Warhammer, you're probably very excited about this. I'm gonna confidently say Logan and I don't give two fucks about it, but it looked like a first-person shooter.
It's actually a little bit cooler than that. Like
Okay,
the
well, never mind. I
Vermintide,
lied.
I did play Vermintide and it's really cool. Again, it's one of those games that like if you don't have other people to play with, I don't think it's that enjoyable as a single player game. It is a very multiplayer forward game. I did play a little bit of Vermintide though, the first one, didn't play the second one, and I think it's really cool. I mean, it's like Left 4 Dead like. That's exactly what it's like, but there's actually a lot of progression behind it and a lot of like upgrading the character that you pick to keep going through it and it's really fun. Actually, it's
Hang
like
around the
a
Hulu Motel and you start to
not
realize.
really a. I guess it's like a horde shooter is what you'd consider, or just I guess like Left 4 Dead, but with a lot more progression behind it. Now, I didn't really look deep into this one. It does look more shooter esque, so I don't know if it's a lot like Vermintide or if it's trying to be its own thing. This one,
Oh, I don't know, man. It's just a follow-up.
that's fair.
Oh. Next up, a game that they should probably decide to stop showing off and just release it when the release date comes out. But Gotham Knights had a new Nightwing trailer, showed up a bunch of customization. Customization. Oh, I missed over Layers of Fear. Whoops. Okay, well, Layers of Fear came out too. It was announced, which, by the way, I thought was already a thing, but apparently not.
No,
Whatever. I could have sworn Layers of Fear was a game that was already out for years
oh
and
no,
people
Layers
played.
of Fear is, but this is the sequel.
But it just says Layers of Fear. It doesn't say a sequel. It's literally just called Layers of Fear.
So I think it's a layer of. Oh no, maybe you're right. I don't know. I thought it had something different to it
Okay, hold
that
on. Here
made
we go.
it the
Here we go. Here we go.
sequel.
Here we go. Made in Unreal 5 is pitched as somewhat of a remaster and a sequel that will build on the foundations of the original
Oh,
Layers of Fear. Layers of Fear Inheritance and Layers of Fear 2. Wait, has there been 3 Layers of Fears games?
I am so lost now. I thought there was only one.
Well, apparently this is a remake slash sequel slash combination of all of them. Cool, I guess. Not gonna play this one, but cool.
No,
I'm very confused. But anyway, after that, Gotham Knights was shown off. I'm still gonna. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm excited about this game anymore, man. I don't know if I
it
care.
just looks
I
worse and
want to
worse.
care so bad, but like, I don't. But then there's still a part of me that's like, it can't be that bad, right? It's Arkham, but it's not. Dude, I don't know.
Dude,
I'm honestly just really glad
I really wish I was wrong too. And I just wish this game was better because it would be such a cool idea to have, an Arkham game, but a co-op, and everything. Like, even though I don't really care about the characters, after like seeing that it's more open world and the way you explained it before that first trailer came out, I was actually a little excited for it. And then now I seen the gameplay, and it's like, and especially what's even more crazy is the fact that they took it away from last gen consoles and it's only a next gen game. I think it's just so weird. Like, it looks worse
Yeah, they took it
than
away from
literally.
they took it away from last gen, made it a new gen, a current gen only game, but then made it look worse than the game that came out 7 years ago.
Yeah,
All great
I,
decisions.
exactly. Oh,
Finally, the final thing to be announced would have been a lot cooler if it hadn't leaked mere hours before the showcase went live, but we finally got a confirmed name and release date for The Last of Us Remake. It is now known as The Last of Us Part 1. Along with, we got some pretty useless updates on other things, but confirmed that the multiplayer game is a standalone game, which we all knew. That was the rumor for the longest. I guess we didn't know, but that was what every single person on the internet was saying that had any sort of clout to it. We got a update, quote unquote, of the TV show. It was a single screenshot, which looks like The Last of Us. Cool, but still
yeah.
pretty. At this point, I mean, okay, I probably would have responded better to all this because it is The Last of Us. If the last hour and 47 minutes hadn't been so fucking boring, I probably would have been much more excited. But by the time this was coming out, I was just like, oh. It's more people on stage talking. Sweet.
Is
This,
it just me, or was he super bitter that it got leaked before he actually got on
I
stage?
mean, if I
He was
was,
so bitter.
I
He's
mean,
like, "Well, if someone else wants to, release this other content, then I'll explain it right now." I'm like, "Dude, calm
well,
down. Like, it happened."
I think he was honestly trying to make jokes, but at the same time, I would be kind of upset too. It got because it did get leaked by like Best Buy or some other thing. It got leaked by
It
Sony.
got leaked by
Yeah,
PlayStation
yeah,
itself,
yeah.
which is
PlayStation fucked
crazy.
up, and which never happens pretty much. So I can understand. He's like, seriously, you had to keep it a secret for two more hours, which it wasn't
Yeah.
a secret, by the way. We all knew this game existed. I
Oh
don't.
yeah, everyone knew it existed.
Yeah,
It's just like, when
but
was it going to be announced? It was
now after
more.
that, I do have to say it looks good. It looks like I remember Last of Us Part 1 looking, but then when you see the side by sides, like, oh yeah, clearly every single aspect of the game has been touched up, and it looks like Last of Us Part 2 now. So cool. I mean, I'm gonna play this game on September 2nd. I can't wait. But
On my birthday.
oh well, happy birthday! You get to play The Last of Us Part
Hey
1
Mike, if
finally.
you want to get it for me for my birthday.
Why? No, you can literally. I'm not buying you The Last of Us Part 1 for you. But by the way, um, never mind. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we all knew this was gonna be what it was, and it looks good. It looks great, honestly. It looks like they've gone on and updated every single aspect of what they needed to update it for. Still don't think it's necessary. I still think the original Last of Us looks great. Like, put next to this one, obviously it doesn't look that great, but if this game didn't exist, people would still say The Last of Us looks fantastic for what it was, for a 2013 game, for a very old PS3 game.
Yeah, I'm happy that they're doing a lot of. I'm curious on like what changes they're gonna be able to do, because I have played a good portion of The Last of Us One. Um, I'm really curious on how they're gonna change some things. Like, are they gonna bring the jump mechanic in The Last of Us One? And if so, how are they going to do that when the first game wasn't built around that?
I mean,
And
I think,
also, how much are they gonna edit the battle scenarios? Like,
yeah.
how much are they gonna add a lot more grass to it? Is there gonna be more cars you can get under and do stuff with? Like, a lot of questions, a lot of things that to be interested to see,
I
because like,
mean, Mr. Neil
that's a lot
Druckmann.
of changing that they're saying they're gonna do.
Yeah, Mr. Neil Druckmann himself said that they have touched every single aspect of this game, and graphically, that's plain to see. Obviously, we don't have any gameplay for it, but I think this is one of them games that, of course, it's going to sell. It's The Last of Us. Like, it's going to sell like crazy. This is an easy win for Sony. I still don't think the game needs to exist, but it does, and I'm gonna play it. We did get one cool news. It is coming to PC, so that's a big win. People on PC can now play The Last of Us Part 1. And it's the best looking, best possible version of that game. So, Sony, keep putting all your games out on PC and keep making stupid amounts of money, because it doesn't cost them really anything to put these games on PC, and they just make an infinite amount of money. So,
I was kind of surprised that they made it a PS5 only game. That did kind of surprise me
I
because
mean,
I mean
I'm
it is just using the Last of Us 2 engine, which clearly could run on the PS4. But also, I'm not upset by that because
yeah.
that means they're going to put the full heart into
Let's
making it look
yeah.
the best way possible.
Let's just
So that's
move
pretty
on.
cool.
PS4, I'm sorry, it's dead. It's done. It's over with. We're 2 years into, we're almost two
Yeah,
years into the next generation. I understand it's hard to get. I sympathize. Keep working your ass off to try to get this thing, but PS4 is done. God of War is the last one, or should be the last one. Let's move the fuck on.
yeah. And this Call of Duty will be the last one, so that means truly everyone will have to start
Oh
to
yeah,
upgrade now
what?
because this is the last Call of Duty now.
Once Call of Duty makes a decision, it is what it is.
Well, it's because there are those casual gamers. They want the next Call of Duty, and if you can't play it on the current gen, then you have to move on.
But apparently, we're still 2 years away from the next Call of Duty. So we'll talk about
That
all
is
that.
true.
Yeah, we'll talk about all that tomorrow. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Summer Games Fest showcase. Reading it out loud and talking about the games, it seemed a lot more hype than it was. I want to remind you that we probably got actually excited for maybe 3 or 4 of these games. And there was an hour and 56 minute showcase. So, uh, I'm saying a 2 out of 5. I thought it was paced horrendously bad. Didn't show enough things to keep me interested in the stuff that I did think was cool, especially in the beginning. Callisto Protocol, Street Fighter. I guess those are really the only two other than Modern Warfare. We've seen Callisto Protocol, we've seen Street Fighter. Aliens is aliens, it's whatever. But and then you just keep going down the list, like you skip, you skip, you skip. Oh, Goat Simulator 3 had a cool trailer, but it's still Goat Simulator. Marvel's Midnight Sun was really interesting, but you found out significantly more about that game after the showcase when interviews started coming out. TMNT, cool. Casey Jones is coming out, and then Saints Row had a cool thing. And then Last of Us had you got more info of it, but none of it was like really hype or exciting. And again, all that was spread out over 2 hours of really boredom.
That is fair. Yeah. I mean, I gotta agree. I mean, I know I give that extra point five, but yeah, the whole showcase was just very. It definitely just seemed like I even watched it live, which I don't usually watch a lot of these
I did too.
showcases
I watched
live,
it live too. Yep.
and yeah, it was brutal. It definitely was. I mean, there's definitely a lot of really good stuff in here, but there's also a lot of okay stuff and a lot of just really annoying parts that you kind of have to skip through. But if you do skip through and you do find the good stuff in there, there's some really good stuff in this showcase. So yeah,
It felt like to me that Sony had their 30 minutes that was mostly really really good. Xbox had an hour and a half that was mostly really really good with some slow stuff, and it really feels like Jeff Keighley's show and Summer Game Fest just had to piece something together because we didn't get E3 this year. We didn't get anything from E3. They had to kind of be here. They had to put on a showcase. But I also think it's kind of on him. You sit back and you look at the list of games and you got to think to yourself as a producer of the show, like, I don't have that much. Let's trim all this down. Just show the gameplay trailer and move on. Don't bring every single developer out on stage to talk about their game. I mean, yeah, it's cool. We get to see behind the scenes and, all props off to the guys that make the games that we love to play. That's my hats off to them and everything that they have to go through to put the entertainment into our hands. But I just don't need to see every single one of them and have them talk for 5 minutes about each game. I just don't need that. Like I can appreciate them and look them up afterwards if I like what they made for me. So maybe I'm an asshole for that, or maybe I just don't feel like wasting 2 hours of my life all the time watching a bunch of random crap on screen.
that is fair.
Like I
No, I
said,
don't blame you on that.
I said as I'm talking, I'm like, man, I'm kind of a dickhead. I really did not like this thing, did I?
I didn't think it was that bad, but I do think it was, below average. I don't
I
think
mean,
it
yeah,
was.
but you
It
put
had
this,
its issues,
yeah, you
so
you put this up against State of Play, and you put this up against Xbox Bethesda. Like, it's not even fucking close to either of those two. Like, I think both of those had great showings, and we haven't even seen Sony's first party showing yet. That was all just the third party showing. So there's still another showcase or another state of play or another whatever from PlayStation to come later on, which would theoretically be good. Hopefully it be good. PlayStation normally doesn't put on bad showcases. They've had bad state of plays before, but the PlayStation showcases are usually pretty hype and full of big first party stuff. So
That's fair.
we just keep getting more shows, and it's like, man, this did nothing. I said there were cool moments in the show, but there was nothing here that I was like, this completely changed my mind about this game. I said Marvel Midnight Suns. The only reason I am super interested in that game now is because of what I learned after the showcase. Nothing I learned in the trailer or in the showcase got me more excited or less excited about the game at all. And The Last of Us said, unfortunately, got leaked beforehand, so I knew all that information going into it. I even watched the trailer before the show went live because the trailer leaked online, so I knew everything about it. And I had to wait 2 hours to see Neil Druckmann complain about his stuff getting leaked. I still feel bad for him though. All right. Anything else, my dude? I know you're tired. I'm tired. I want to go home. I guess I am home. I want to get off my computer. Anything
That's
else?
fair. No, not really.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been listening and following along with us, we would appreciate hearing your opinions on these two big showcases. We will be back tomorrow with the full length episode 14, part 2, with DJ in tow. We'll be going through all the big news of the game and going into of the games industry. Also have quite a few things to talk about Netflix's Geeked Week. And then we'll finish up talking about any other of the showcases that we want to talk about, anything else cool that we want to talk about with you guys and with each other. So look forward to that. Logan, any last words or goodbyes?
Yeah. Be excited for the next episode. More news to come.
Well,
A lot of news.
same episode,
Um,
just second part of the episode.
oh yeah, sorry. Next part of this episode. Um, yep, be very excited. A lot of news still. I mean, this is a pretty exciting week with a lot of exciting things still coming out this year. So we'll have a lot to talk about Call of Duty next episode, our next part of this episode.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, as always, I'll see you guys in the next part.
Yep, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. You all have a good night and talk to you later. Bye.
See ya.